my name's Thomas. I just called the Howard Stern show last week and got my sister, the Penthouse cover girl, on the air, who I just found out through an email. And was waiting for an hour and a half to get on the air, and then finally got on. And,
well, tell me why you wanted to call Howard and tell him about your sister.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those moments where I just felt like doing it. I had to go to work, and it made me late. And I did it. I got on. So.
And how does it make you feel that you found out?
Well, it's very interesting. I'm nervous, and I can't believe it. But yeah.
Now, Devinn, did he have to talk you into coming down, or did you want to come down?
Oh, no, I wanted to come down. Totally wanted to come down. He called me up. He's like, oh, my God, you're not going to believe this, and they don't believe that my sister's a Penthouse pet. Call him, please. Tell him what's going on. So I called up, and I'm like, yep. It's my brother, and I'm the current cover girl in Centerfold for Penthouse.
Now, you didn't tell him that you were in Penthouse. He said he found out by accident?
Well, no, she told me on an email.
On the email, because I live in LA and he lives in New York, so it's the easy way for us to.
But I had no idea she was like in Penthouse. I knew she had been a dancer.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is he also called and had mentioned that we grew up in a minister's home, which makes it even that much more interesting because my family doesn't know.
Like nothing.
Your
family doesn't know that you're, so you think you're going to find out today?
And I'm gay.
And he's gay. He's gay. I'm bisexual and in the adult industry, and we grew up in a minister's home, so.
There's going to be a lot of problems back at home, huh?
Hi.
All right, listen. I got a phone call on, I don't know, sometime last week. I don't remember the day. But this guy, this gay dude, says his sister's on the cover of Penthouse. They're sitting out in the green room.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know she was on the cover. Check this out. Thomas, go ahead. What is it?
Yeah. My sister, she's on the cover of Penthouse magazine. And I just found out through an email she sent me. But I've always known that she was an exotic dancer. And our parents...
It's weird when your sister's like in Penthouse.
Is it?
Yeah, it's odd, you know.
Is she a little whore, or is she a good girl?
You know, I was reading a little commentary she has in there, and it says something, because she's also the centerfold. And it says...
is she doing one of those water scenes?
Yeah, is she into water sports?
I don't know. I'll have to ask her. We were both adopted from different families.
Oh, so you're not really
I was
brother
9 months
and
old.
Oh, I would make love to her then. If I had an adopted sister and she was in Penthouse, I'd bang her. Look at her legs all spread. Oh, man.
That's his sister.
Dude, she's your adopted sister? I would kill her.
Yeah, we're both from different families. We were adopted into a very religious family. My dad was a minister, Pentecostal, holy roller, speaking in tongues type.
Well, you could be a crazy guy, not really her brother, and you might think you're her brother. But...
Well, I turned out gay, and none of our parents know. Our parents does not know that she danced. My mom...
I don't believe any of this.
My mom, I swear, I'll get her on the show.
All right, you come in here with her. The dad was a minister. It would be so great to be adopted into a family with her as my sister. Because, boy, I'd bang her.
Right, there's really no problem, right?
You bet.
How old were they when they were adopted? Were they raised together?
I don't know. I just want to check out the sister. Hey, Hotsy Totsy.
Whoa.
Wow. What a rack.
Hello.
What a rack on that broad. If that was my sister and we were not really blood related, I'd do her.
I don't know if you really could.
I would do my sister. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Wouldn't stop me. How you doing, honey?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
So your name is Devinn?
My name is Devinn Lane. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Dude, just on headphones, you just put them on. There's no right and left.
Right and left.
Your brother's really out of it.
It's okay.
Excuse me, which one is right and which one is left?
Doesn't want to get him one wrong.
You been smoking weed, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. He's got a big marijuana leaf on his shirt.
Don't go to high school, go to school high.
Right.
He's got that high, stupid look, too.
Dude, get right on top of the microphone. You'll have a very small voice.
Yeah. Right. I'll speak up.
There you go, dude.
There we go.
There you go.
Cool.
All right, anyway, so, Devinn, you're on the cover of Penthouse, and you called me, right, dude? What's your name?
Thomas.
Thomas. And, Thomas, you called me because you didn't know your sister was on the cover of Penthouse.
I knew she was a dancer, but, I didn't know she was...
Yeah, when you're built like that, you know your sister's a dancer. You know what I mean? What are those, breast implants?
Would you like to see them?
Sure.
Cool.
Let's see it.
Oh, my goodness.
Right there. Whip it right off. Oh, yeah. Those are nice.
Awesome.
Are those implants? They look very natural.
Real.
I think they're real. Are they real?
I never tell.
Oh, how annoying.
You're supposed to be the professional, Howard. You're supposed to know.
If I felt them, I'd know.
Oh.
I can tell when I feel them. I can't. Those are pretty good, right? Can you tell?
I didn't look.
Take a look and tell me if you think those are implants.
right.
Just a medical look, not a sexual look. Go ahead.
No.
I think they're real.
No, they're real.
Although, wait a second. I see the ripple of an implant. Shake them
I
again.
think they got, yeah.
Wait a minute.
You look at them from the side. They look.
It's hard to tell.
Turn to the side.
If those are implants, you
Those
should.
are the best implants I've ever
Yeah, you should give us the name of the doctor.
Really?
And you should do the girls a service out there because a lot of them are getting mutilated. Those are real, right?
Actually, no. I'm sorry.
Really? Boy, those are great implants.
implants.
I thought they were fresh.
Wow.
Couldn't even tell. God bless you, honey. What are those, a D?
D.
Yeah, what were you when you started?
Actually, it was a small C when I started.
Really?
My implants are not that big.
Yeah,
Really?
they did a really good job.
Thank
They
you.
look very natural.
You're hot. It's got me excited. All right, I'm done with the show. Who's your doctor, Albert Einstein?
Is that what he did after
Yeah, he's still alive.
equals
Yeah,
MC
he's
squared?
out there.
He invented the breast implant. That's what E equals MC squared was all about. What are you talking about? That was. Anyway, so you guys are brother and sister, but not really. You were adopted.
We were adopted.
Were
from
you
different
adopted as infants?
Yes.
I was 9 months old.
And I was taken straight from the hospital.
So then it's like your brother and sister.
Yeah.
And you're gay anyway, right, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you could
Yeah.
say I have heterosexual tendencies, but I'm more gay.
Yeah, you're gay.
I
Believe me.
beat him a lot when we were growing up. I think I turned him off to women.
And what did he tell me? Your dad was a minister?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he still is.
And does he
And
know
he
your...
doesn't know any of this stuff is going on.
Oh, no.
I think he does now.
And what did he used to do? Like beat you and stuff if you were bad?
Yeah, he used to pull off this like big 3-inch belt.
Oh, and you could
know
hear
how
it.
they do it
It'd
really, really
snap.
slow?
Yeah.
And you pulling it through the
And it
loops.
snapped.
That is so archaic.
Yeah, it's like,
Snapping noise.
Gee, lucky you. You got adopted by a guy with a belt.
Yeah. So he could beat
So what would he do? Pull your pants off and beat you with the belt?
Yeah, we would have like
Well, let me
bruises
understand-
and like welts.
Let me understand something. Did he yell Jesus' name as he beat you?
No, he never did that, but he did the typical parent thing. This hurts me worse than it hurts you.
Well, let me understand something. It's like, what would you do that was so bad that you needed to be beaten with a belt?
I would sneak out of the house and go to parties and drink and.
But you weren't. He didn't
get
beat.
drunk
That wasn't
and
the
like
first
get dumped
time.
off on my front lawn. You know.
Yeah, but when he started beating you, what was the things you were doing? You were probably a little kid.
Just if you didn't get good grades,
Really?
I mean, anything. He was really strict. I wasn't allowed to go to the movies. I wasn't allowed to wear shorts. I wasn't allowed to get my ears pierced.
So it shows you that
Thing.
when somebody does all those you can't do, the kid's going to grow up and rebel and become a stripper in the cover of Penthouse magazine.
That's how you raise a stripper.
So let me understand. So like he would even beat you when you were a teenager?
Yeah, he would.
Because you're pretty hot. And what would he do? Would he like you would come in all dressed, and then what would he do? Would he take your pants down for you?
No, he wouldn't take our pants down, but he just had this crazy look in his eye, and he'd be like, "Get in the bedroom," and then we
In the bedroom.
Get in the bedroom. Yes.
Interesting. It
Yeah,
had to go on in the
and then-
bedroom.
be
and
alone in
and
the bedroom.
Door,
And would he close the door?
Was shut, and the door was shut, and
So
he
it was
just,
you-
like, here,
Wait a second. Whoa.
screaming bloody murder.
Wait a second. Wait. So you would go into the bedroom with him alone.
Yeah.
Your mom wouldn't be in there.
No.
No.
Right. It was just you and him.
Yeah.
And he would take off his belt in front of you.
Oh yeah.
Like-
Sometimes he'd just walk in there with it too. You didn't actually see him take it off.
Right.
When you saw him take it off like real slow, then it was really bad.
And what did he wear when he beat you with the belt?
Pardon?
Did he put you over his lap?
No, you had to like stand over the bed.
You had to stand over the bed and bend
Bend over?
Yeah.
And would you have to remove your pants and underpants?
No, and he never made us
Well, a
do
couple
that.
of times he made me pull the back of mine down.
Really?
But you know
What about you? Did you ever have to pull off your pants?
No, I never had to pull off my pants,
butt.
but it got to a point.
Did you ever get beaten in your panties?
I do now.
Right.
I see it leads to that too.
So you would never be nude or anything? There was no sexual overtones?
No, there was never any sexual overtones, but it got to the point where he would hit me so hard that I would piss my pants.
All right, so let me... Okay, that's okay to say. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I would actually ask to use the bathroom before.
So while he was...
I wouldn't do it.
So while he was hitting you, sometimes you would urinate?
Yeah, because he would hit me
That's
so
hot.
hard.
So hard. That's
Wow.
hard. Sheesh.
Whoa. I would like to hit you so hard you urinated.
You know how somebody said, I'll knock the...
Oh, yeah,
he
right.
really did.
Yeah.
Actually, now, Howard, I prefer to play the top role.
I would like to French kiss you, beat you, and have you urinate.
Oh.
And make a duty. Did you ever make a duty? He hit you so hard?
Oh, no, I never did that.
Didn't ever knock that
I
out.
never got that far.
Right. So then at what age did you start stripping?
A week after I turned 18.
Really? See, it shows you that kind of parenting does not work.
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
It just doesn't work. This guy turned out gay.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah. and she turned out to be like the cover of Penthouse.
But I like what I do.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it. I'm sure you do. Because it's a perfect rebellion. Let me guess. You got knocked up young, right?
Yes, I had my daughter when I was 16.
Wow. So he was really good at being a minister.
Yeah. You probably had the kid because you wanted to show your parents, hey, I'm an adult.
Absolutely.
Right.
It was the only way. It was the only way I felt that I was going to get any respect from them.
Right.
Yes.
Did he beat your kid too?
God, no.
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 No. Could have kept it all, going.
No,
Next generation.
Yeah, just that was his pride and joy.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does your kid think of you being on Penthouse?
She doesn't really mind. I mean,
Shouldn't
she's 11 now, so she's kind of at
Good
that
Lord,
age.
you have an 11-year-old?
You married?
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
To the guy who got you, the guy who you had the kid with?
No, I never married her father.
Oh.
We were both really, really young.
Kid lives with you or the father?
She lives with her dad right now. She's lived with me her entire life. She went through a period about a year ago where it was kind of more fun to go over to Daddy's house.
Right.
Because I was like, do your homework, brush your teeth, go to bed.
You were a real drag.
Yeah. No.
See, you see, it never works beating your kid with a belt and being a minister.
Oh,
That's what all these
I've never
religious
hit my
freaks,
daughter.
all these religious freaks that are freaked out about my show, they have the worst kids.
They're driving their kids right
You're right.
into what
Yeah.
they think we are exposing them to.
I've always said it.
Kid.
So it freaked you out when you saw your sister on the cover of Penthouse, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I had to look inside, but
You didn't believe it until you looked inside?
Let me see. Let me take a look at these pictures.
Whatever,
Yeah,
yeah.
you look pretty hot.
Thank
I mean,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good bod.
Thank you.
Nice boobies.
Boobs.
And what's with you? Are you into chicks at all?
Oh, absolutely. I bat for the girls' team, too.
So does your husband, like you bring home chicks for your husband and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
And what's this I read? You going into porno?
I've been doing movies for about 5 or 6 months now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Boy, your dad really should be proud.
Do you still talk to your dad?
Yes, I still talk to my parents.
Did he see this layout?
I don't think so, Howard.
He's going to want to spank you.
He had no clue that you were an exotic dancer or anything.
Wow.
No, I don't think they know. I'm sure that they're going to find out after this.
Yeah.
I've talked to my mom before.
I think I'm old enough to make my own decisions.
Not according to him.
And my mom, she thinks you sell makeup.
Oh, dear.
Whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Well, she does. And what were you asking Gary? Where you can go? You want to go rollerblading topless?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want to go roller skating. I prefer roller skates.
Roller skates.
But you have to be
Yeah.
topless.
Yeah, why not?
Where do you want to do that?
I don't know. Where can I do it?
Central
Like-
Park, probably.
No. Are you kidding?
She wants to go outside topless and roller skate. But where else is she going to do that in Manhattan? Central Park.
I think it's against the law.
I'll take you roller skating.
Not against the law till you get caught.
Really? Do you do that in Los Angeles?
Actually, I did it nude in L.A. on the boardwalk in Venice.
Really?
Yeah.
And nothing happened?
Her father hit her. Aside from that, it was no big deal.
Nothing happened.
Really?
Yeah, we taped it. We put it on my site, everything.
And you rollerblade naked on your website?
Yes, roller skate.
But you got to pay, right?
They can't figure out what else to do. You know,
No.
now that it's like skateboarding,
There's nothing left.
Anything
hang
naked.
gliding,
Yeah. Got to tell your dad about that website.
extreme nudity.
Oh, that's too funny. And you actually see your dad still, even though he beat you with a belt and everything.
Yeah, I see my mom and dad.
Wow.
I buried my issues, or I was done with my issues with them a long time ago.
These two kids got to be a disappointment to a guy who beat him with a belt.
Now, were you the only two kids?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, look
They
at it.
failed twice,
I mean, he's wearing a cannabis T-shirt, and he's gay,
and he's high all the time.
and she's on the cover of Penthouse with a website where she's roller skating naked.
Porno star.
Yeah. And she's doing chicks.
Doing chicks, doing movies.
Right.
Good job, Pop.
Way to go, dude. Religious dudes are always the best.
Right.
I love pointing that out.
Yeah, well, that Church of God, isn't that the same one that Jimmy Swaggart
No,
belongs
yeah.
to and all that?
I think he was Assembly of
Assembly of
God,
God.
but
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much like
Same-
yeah,
same
yeah.
deal.
Are you down with anal sex too?
Down with anal sex.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to go bowling topless with
Now,
you.
when did you discover that you were? I mean, when did you lose your virginity?
Yeah, you must have been molested or something as a kid too, right?
Yeah, I was. Actually, I was.
By
Was she-
who?
A relative?
By,
A friend or a
by
relative?
girls, actually.
You were molested by girls?
By girls.
Well, wait a second. Hold it. We got a good story here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't tune out.
Yes.
How old were you?
About 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Wow, I never.
What happened?
We lived in Tennessee at the time, and there was this one girl's house that I used to go to. She lived at her grandparents' house, and we used to play house.
Right. A lot of girls do that.
Yeah, a lot of girls. I think it's pretty natural.
Everything's natural, except for your breasts. Go ahead.
But they look natural.
They look natural.
That's all that matters.
Go ahead. Yeah, you were 7 or 8. It's a terrible story.
Playing house.
Terrible story.
What were you wearing? 7 or 8, I don't even want to know what you're
I
wearing.
don't remember.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
You know, you just get under the blankets and, a little touchy-feely here. I'm daddy or mommy. This is what we do.
But that's not molestation.
That's you and another friend playing around.
Yeah, you're just,
But you were never raped or molested by an older man, or
No, I was raped.
you were raped.
Yeah.
See, I'm telling you. Relative?
Yes.
How old?
12.
Oh dear.
12.
12.
Holy
And
cow.
did mommy and daddy know about this?
I didn't tell them till years later.
I hope your dad whipped that guy with a belt instead of whipping you.
No, they still have him over to family dinners.
No,
I would have shot him.
They don't.
They report him to the police at least?
No, we kind of dropped it. I asked them to just drop.
How did it happen?
Drop the whole thing and let me deal with it the way I needed to deal.
Where were you? Like over there like for a sleepover or something?
No, they were actually staying at our house.
Oh, never have anybody
No,
over to the
don't
house.
let anybody stay in the house.
They were staying at our house after it had happened. I, for whatever reason, felt it necessary to search through his bags, and I just found pills and drugs and
He
stuff.
was on drugs.
Yeah.
And what happened? He held you down against your will? In your own home while everyone was out?
Yeah, everybody went out. I didn't feel like going out, and
Gee.
And what, did he grab you when you came out of the shower?
no, I was actually just hanging out in my room, and he just came in and had this look in his eye, and it just.
We all know that look. I have it right now. For your brother, of course. Very handsome young man. All right, listen. All right. On the cover of...
Penthouse,
which is on the newsstands
all
right
right.
now.
Nice to meet both of you.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, it's very nice. All right, thanks, guys.
Flash for the road.
Yeah, come on. Let me see your boobs again. Look at that. Well, she loves showing those boobs. Let me see your ass.
we should have known because of that they were fake.
What else you got? Pull down your pants or something. I'll spank you. What do you got on? You got a thong on? Let me see the rest of the bod. Well, you got a good bod. It's very deceiving. Turn around. Let me see. Oh, you're pierced.
Oh my! Oh, he's leaving. That got him out of the
The brother just left. Hey, turn around. Let me see your ass.
I have a pimple on my.
You have a pimple? It's all right. Let me see it. Let me see it. It's nice. I don't care about a pimple. That doesn't slow me down in the least. Well, that's very nice. That piercing thing is weird. You could hang an air freshener from there. Thank you, baby.
An air fresh.
You could.
The place.
So, Thomas, have you ever seen? So what happened when your sister started to get naked? You walked out of the room.
He's like,
in the
no,
magazine, but-
no.
No,
Yeah.
I just.
Was it making you uncomfortable?
No, not at all.
Not at
I've
all.
seen women with their own tits before.
But
Yeah,
not your
just because
sister.
he's gay doesn't mean he's not seeing women.
Not
I
your
didn't
sister.
think anything of it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
So, and maybe we'll catch up with you later and check you out topless roller skating.
Yeah, right.
Would that be
That's
cool?
Totally cool. Yeah, I'd love to do it.
All right, cool. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks.
Hey, this is Devin, and remember what I was talking about in the studio? Roller skating topless in the park? Well, here's my opportunity. See you guys in a little bit. Bye. There was something always very, very liberating about roller skating topless in the park, or just being nude in public in general for me. So here I am, taking advantage of my opportunity to skate topless in the park. And by the way, what do you think, Howard? So there it is, Howard. I told you that I like to do it. And now all I need to know is, what do you think? Bye.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hyde and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop the clock. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, I dish all the details on what happened when me and Ronnie went to Vegas and how he came up with his new catchphrase. You don't want to miss it. Check it out.
Speaking of Vegas, Benji, Ronnie's out there doing his annual. You host this thing every year now, right?
I don't host it. I'm
co-host.
Guest presenter.
Presenter.
Oh, guest presenter.
Yeah, the first year I co-hosted it. And then they started using comedians after that.
So how many years is this been for you?
That was the fourth. This is the fourth year.
Fourth year.
All right. So you're doing
Exotic Dance Awards.
Okay, but other than that, you're doing other stuff for Ganji and Howard TV.
There's a convention during the day,
right?
And Ronnie has to appear
Gentlemen's
at the
Club
Rick's,
convention,
right? Gentlemen's Club, and Ronnie appears at the Rick's Cabaret booth.
So, like, what goes on at a Gentlemen's Club convention? So you go there, and so there's a Rick's booth, and what do you do at the Rick's booth?
Pretty much you just hang around and say hello to people.
But why would somebody go to the Rick's booth? Like somebody thinking about being a franchisee?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And what happens is at this convention, there's everything from like people selling couches for clubs, people selling like liquid floors,
poles, lingerie.
lights,
Is there like a
everything.
funny
Yeah.
money distributor? Or?
No, but there's like wristband distributors. There's like everything that
everything
you can think of.
Liquor companies.
Liquor
they give out
companies.
samples.
All
I
right.
mean,
Now, did you say stop the clock off the top of your head, or was Ganji telling you to say stop the
well,
clock?
I said it, and then he said, "Gee, that's a cool new catchphrase. Keep using it."
But Ronnie, okay, at that point,
But he
right?
used it multiple
But
times.
I've used it before.
Hold on. At that point,
Okay.
because I don't know what your relationship with Ganji is. Do you stop and you go, wait a minute? Ganji told me that's good. Is he fucking with me, or is it really good?
You don't know because the way he tells you, it sounds like it's good.
But that means he's good at what he does.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess he is good at what he does, that little fuck.
So at the moment, are you thinking I got another topless here? Like I've got something else I could.
Well, that's the way Ganji makes you feel.
So
know?
that's what you thought.
Yeah, well, now I realize what he did.
And Ganji, you know,
he's making a TV show is what he's making.
Like I hang out with Ronnie a lot, so he'll say things, and I'll be like, "Oh, Ronnie, that's great!" Like, and I really like pump him up, and I'll be like, "Ronnie, that's the way to do it." Like, "Oh, you should definitely do that." And I because I know I'm like, and I just can't wait to get the camera going so I can get it on tape.
Well, there are a couple of things that I noticed this morning. The first thing is, I think Ganji's like a funny guy, but to me, on the air this morning, he was like on fire funny. Like he's never been funnier.
Yeah.
And you seem to be his muse. It's when he mixes it up with you, he was like banging away.
I know. Otherwise, he's a stale fucking piece of bread.
The other thing is, I'm shocked at like you were yelling at him this morning. You were so surprised, and I go, "Wait a minute! Wasn't it a mere 6 months ago that Ronnie was on the air giving Ganji's eating schedule and busting Ganji's ball?"
Exactly.
So I thought it was funny that you were so irritated when you guys give it back to each other.
Dude, he put up a thing on Twitter the other day. A platter of mozzarella. Did you see it? Did
No.
you follow him?
I didn't see it.
He puts up a platter that he ate for dinner of mozzarella and tomato and peppers and all kinds of crap. He goes, "This is my dinner. Was so good." This huge platter. He ate this whole thing by himself.
So you're saying that platter's his hot chick of the week?
Yeah, that's his hot chick of the week. Believe me.
Let's get back to whoa, stop the clock.
Whoa, stop the clock.
And that was my favorite part of this whole thing was I, by accident, just said stop the clock at one point, just goofing around. And he goes, no. It's whoa, stop the clock.
Yeah, right.
Like he
Don't mess up
stopped
my thing, man.
to correct me that I got his catchphrase wrong.
So when you go to the Gentlemen's Club convention, I hang out at the booth for a little while, say hello to people. We have girls there, and we hang around with them. There's photographers come around, take pictures, and then I'll go around with Ganji, and we'll like do interviews, or we'll just go around scouting out the whole thing, see what's going on, say hello to people, and it's a convention.
How deep are you into the culture in the sense that, like, if the show ended and you could put up the money, would you ever, like, say you wanted to move to Phoenix, Arizona, would you ever open a Rick's?
Well, first of all, you can't open a Rick's. There's no franchises.
Oh, it's
Rick's.
not?
No. Rick's is totally owned by one person.
I thought it was a publicly traded company.
It is, but
you can't. Okay, would you ever?
He's not a franchise.
Would you ever open a club?
I thought about it, but there's a lot involved. Cabaret licenses, liquor licenses.
I honestly think
from towns, townships, wherever you're opening it. It's a lot. It's a lot involved.
He could be like a consultant. Like, he could definitely be hired as a strip club consultant. Like, if he wanted to go that route.
That's great.
That's
not a bad idea. Hot girls.
Like, fly me in.
I got to tell you, yeah, because they all listen. Like, a lot of times Ronnie was, like, giving advice. Like, I mean, I can't remember. Oh, like, he had a really good one, too. Dude, and I can't remember what it was.
At the Best Buy. With the Best Buy machine, like the Best Buy machine.
Yeah.
You know when you go in like to the airport and Best Buy has a machine where you could buy like iPods and stuff right in the machine. Well, they had the same type of machine that they want to put in strip clubs where they put what would it
vibrators, like stuff like that.
Why would I need a vibrator in a strip club?
I have no idea, but to put it in all, I don't know where they want to put them. Right. But anyway. This girl Daisy Dukes, who's a porn chick, and she's a really nice girl. They're really nice people, a lot of them. And I said to the guy who invented this machine to put this stuff in, I said, why don't you come up with a miniature Daisy Dukes pussy that vibrates and put it in the machine? He thought it was the greatest idea in the world.
Because what guy wouldn't want to be seen in a strip club by
No. Yeah, but you stick it in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Ganji, who go home and jerk themselves
Imagine like you go to the parking lot and there's like 10 used pussies on the ground.
Sounds like you could be a consultant,
Ronnie.
That
could
may
be a
in your
consultant.
future.
He's got advice.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we covered a lot of topics. Jim Brewer was on the show, and we talked about how great he was. And he talked about his dad, and so we talked about what would make Howard cry if anybody on the show died. And that got us into a whole discussion on how religious everyone on the show is. So here's how it happened.
Today, stopping by again, friend of the show, longtime friend of the show now, I guess, Jim Brewer. And Brewer always has stories, and he always has the energy and the family stuff. But the Steve-O thing today just took it up another notch.
Well, not only did he have the impersonation down right, but he had the words and the phrasing down right. And I'll tell you, the one part of when he told the story about him being with him in London and they're going to set his hair on fire and there's nobody there. This is one thing that Steve-O does all the time. I go, Steve, please don't do it. He goes, dude, I've done it a million times. That's his line. But, of course, he's done it like once or never.
Now, I also thought it was interesting, speaking of the London thing, that Jim had the attitude of, not Steve-O isn't a comedian. He understood what Steve-O brings to the table, one in the audience, but also in entertainment. And it seems like other comedians would say, well, he's not a comedian. And there's an attitude that Jim just doesn't have.
Yeah, and if you get caught up in that, then you could just play with a bunch of comedians. Maybe not in front of anybody.
Now, the interview started with Howard saying that he loves Jim's book because it has it in the bathroom and he refers to it all the time, so he knows it very well. Do you take that as a compliment when someone tells you that they have your book in the bathroom?
Absolutely. Yeah, it means they like it. Listen, even if it's in the bathroom and no one reads it, it means they want to read it.
And it represents you, like when other people come to your bathroom.
That's true. I remember one time we went to Jackie's bathroom and we saw there was a book that was in the bathroom that was the funniest book. It was something, I don't know whether Nancy left it there on purpose, but the book was Coping with an Alcoholic. So when you go to somebody's bathroom, you look at the books and you try to read into what the hell's going on.
Of course. Now, Jim is now moving his dad in because his mother was beating up his father. But Jim's relationship with his dad, he's talked about it a few times on the show now. I mean, do you know anyone else who takes care of their family, both their parents and their kids, the way that Jim does?
He really, when I met him, I just thought he was a funny guy, and he's sort of this wild, insane comedian. But from reading the book, and I even talked to him off the air a lot about his dad, he's really one of the most loving people I've ever met. I watched the trailer for that movie. If you go to Jim Brewer's website, you can see the trailer for the movie he's talking about. And it's funny because he's totally breaking his father's balls, but you can see it's out of love.
Yeah.
And then there's parts you can see even in the trailer where it's got to be a lot of love. Like he's got to change his father's diaper and all that other stuff. And a lot of other people would say, I can't handle this. I got a wife and a family. I could put my dad in a place where he could be treated, just as well, but he wants to do it.
I mean, along those lines, early in the show, Howard played the clips of Jimmy Kimmel crying when he's talking about Uncle Frank, and Howard's like, I'm just not. I wish I could be that way, but I'm just not that way. And Brewer and his dedication he shows, to his father, and I think Shuley was asking people in the back, like, what could drive Howard to actually cry on the air?
The only thing I could think of is like maybe if Robin died, because there's such a close bond between them. I said, if I died, I think Howard would be really sad, but I don't think he would cry. Fred, I don't think he would cry, but I think Robin maybe would make cry. But yeah, it's just not, when he tells those stories about his family, and you see it a lot in even your friends. Now that we're, I'm 50 and I see my friends and their parents, and you see how much of them comes from that. It's just who he is.
I remember one time, I think he started to, or you could definitely hear when he announced his divorce. Or around that period.
Yeah, he almost cried on the 60 Minutes piece when he went to his old neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That was another one. And there was something else recently that happened in the last year or two where it looked like he was going there. It might have even been when he did an interview. And I remember they joked about that he was about to go there, and whoever was interviewing him sort of switched gears, so he was lucky that he didn't.
Well, he was on the new CNN guy. You're talking about?
Piers Morgan?
I can't remember. It was one of those shows. And by the way, just to digress for 2 seconds, Uncle Frank on Jimmy's show, one of the nicest guys I ever met. I mean, huge fan of our show, nicest guy in the world. And I said to Howard, like, to me, it's a testament to Jimmy that how awesome it is that you get your own show and you can take your favorite uncle and put him on and put him in sketches and have him be funny. It wasn't like a pity thing that Frank was on. He was funny.
No, Jimmy involves a bunch of his family on his show, and you could tell. I know you could put them on because they're in your family. You could put them on because they're entertaining and funny, and Uncle Frank certainly was that. But you could tell how Jimmy feels about his family and the closest there. Whereas when you hear Howard, I think Howard is extremely close with his father and his mother, even though his dad's very standoffish with certain things emotionally, and his mom's his mom. But I want, unfortunately, and I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon, but his folks are getting older, and if he loses one of them, I think that's going to hit him real hard.
I agree. So I said his parents or Robin. I did say when I got interviewed by Shuley, like his parents. But, even watching the trailer from the Brewer movie, like, and I wrote about this in my book. I had the same thing with my father. My father and I, and Jim Brewer says the same thing, we never told each other we loved each other. I never said, Dad, I love you. Well, I probably did, but my father didn't say it back to me. But I never for a second doubted my father's love. It just was, World War II veteran. It's just not his way to say that, and that's just how people can be.
What do you remember? Like what your dad would say back when he said "I love you" to him?
I don't think I said it really to him until he was sick. I might have said it like once. I might have said, "Hey, Dad, love you."
Yeah.
And he might have gone, yeah. I don't know, like a grunt. No, or like a grunt. It's just like it probably made him a little uncomfortable.
But you knew the feeling was there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Do you tell your dad you love him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I mean, like my kids and I, we say it all the time. I mean, I almost make it a point to say it to them.
Do you kiss them?
I do.
Where do you kiss them?
On the cheek.
Okay.
It's nothing to grab a little ass. No, I kiss them on the cheek. They're my kids.
Do you say that to your dad?
I do. My dad. I love my dad. I'm really close to him. I definitely, and I feel very much loved by him, by both my parents. But it's more something my mom would say back to me than my dad. He's very loving to me and will express loving, but doesn't call me up and say I love you.
No, I don't think very many dads do call up their, I don't know how old you are. But
we do
son
kiss.
No, but there are moments in life where it may come up.
Huh?
Of course, I don't think anybody's dad. I don't call my kids up and go, "Hey, I love you."
Well, I do
but
that.
There are moments
but I do that normally whenever I hang up with my parents. Like, talk to you later. I love you.
What does your dad say?
look forward to talking to you on Thursday. That kind of, no, but it's not like an uncomfortable thing. It's just not as much his style to say, I use it as a goodbye.
I think I don't know who put up the note, but I think what drove Howard to almost cry was he was talking about his father being how proud he was, and that's really what got to him on the TV interview.
I think the thing for Howard too is it sounds like he and his parents are in such a great place right now, but it might not have been the same place 20 or 25 years ago. And again, having been through this, you get to a place where with your parents, is the older you get, the more you appreciate certain things and forgive certain things and understand certain things. And once you get there, it makes you closer.
Well, Jim certainly loves his mom and dad. He makes that very clear. The other thing he talked about a lot was his religiousness, but he wouldn't call it that. And then he talked about, of course, the maid being possessed by the devil, which we'll get to in a second. But would you consider Jim a religious person? I mean, his wife is one thing.
I get the impression Jim was raised in a religious background a lot like I was, but the difference is he's married to someone who's super religious, so he has the religious knowledge, but a lot of the religious wife is rubbing off on him, which doesn't make him religious. But there's a fine line between religious and superstitious. He seems to be a little of both.
What did you think of the maid being possessed by the devil?
I thought that was amusing. I don't think she really was.
Well, Jim does, apparently. Benji?
He's sort of fence about that. Does he really think she was possessed?
You don't think it was a clear case of possession? Like, I didn't get it, but I think it's cool. I don't like, but I've never heard of cases of possession where I think like, oh, that's a definitive like case of possession.
Who do you think the most religious person is around here on our main staff?
Well, overtly or in reality?
Both.
Because overtly, I'm going to go with Sal. Sal's one of those guys who I don't think is very religious, but was beaten down as a kid like a Catholic. So he's like, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, you got to do this, you got to do that. The most religious person here. See, Benji's proud of his Judaism, but I don't know that necessarily makes him religious. I don't know that. Do you consider yourself religious?
I'm really interested in it. I'm really interested in is there a God, is there not, that kind of stuff. But I don't have a strong belief.
I don't know who is the most religious person here. It's not me.
But I do follow some religious practices.
I don't know.
My vote would be overtly or covertly. My vote's for Sal. I mean, Sal is the only person who he's talked about it before, his beliefs.
If it's, I'm real curious because he's so strong opinion about stuff, and I would think he was Steve Brandano. I
was an altar boy, but I'm not very religious now. No, but Lisa G's religious.
No, she's not.
No,
nah.
What about Howard?
I mean, Howard, not what I would consider.
I put Howard in the Benji category. I don't think Howard doesn't go to temple or anything like that. I think he appreciates the historical aspect of it and the heritage more than the actual religion.
Well, I did ask, and it might be out of respect for his parents. I remember once on the air, like, God forbid, when his dad passed away, would he say the Mourner's Kaddish, which is a very big deal in Judaism to respect like someone that's passed away. He said he would.
Oh, listen, I went to the funeral of a very close relative recently, and it was this really weird moment because I got up to take communion. I haven't taken communion in 30 years, but I did it out of respect for everybody that was around me.
Yeah.
There's also a difference between being a traditionalist and being religious.
Right.
And you brought up Lisa. I think Lisa is more of a traditionalist than she is.
Well, she's not. I don't think she's very traditional.
Well, I mean, she like in terms of observing the holidays and things like that.
Oh, you mean she just takes off work when there's a Jewish holiday?
No. Well, yeah, I guess that's traditionalist in a way. That wasn't referring to that.
The weird thing is if you go a little deeper into our group, probably the most religious person here is Ross. He observes a lot.
I would say I'm probably, if you're going by practice, I'm more so than him probably.
When do you ever practice?
I for the most part, like I don't eat milk with meat. I'm vegetarian now anyway, mostly, but I wouldn't eat before that. I wouldn't eat milk with meat. I wouldn't eat pork. I wouldn't eat shellfish.
Dan and Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, Dan. What's up?
I think Scott the Pace is probably one of the biggest religious nuts.
Well, we don't even know what religion is he. He says he's 1/16 Jewish.
He's an asshole. That's what kind of religion.
No, I don't think he's very religious.
Well, it kind of came up with Brewer. Like, what do you do? Do you find religion as is a definitive belief in God?
John's question was, what I took from it, who's the most traditional religious here? Not what your faith is, but Sal, do you think do you find yourself to be very religious?
That's a tough question. I don't like going to church. I really don't believe in church. I go through the traditions of it, like Christmas on Christmas Eve and whatnot. But I think religion is just your own personal communication and relationship with God. That's what I think religion is.
Does your family go to church every Sunday?
No, but we did when we were younger. I used to go with my my Nonna Pizza. That's what we used to call her. So we used to go with her, and she had the saints, the Madonna with the dollar wrapped around it, and she would pray for that. And my mom has a huge picture of Jesus Christ over her bed with big wooden rosary beads hanging down over it. So we're religion. I guess my family's religious in that sense, but I'm not that deep into it.
By the way, what Sal's talking about, my mother had them, my grandmother had them, religious statues, and you put. You tape money underneath them. And the only reason I bring that up is that goes back, you have to turn the statue over to put the money under. And that goes back to one of the greatest lines in the history of the show when Pat Cooper's yelling at his mother. And he said, Mom, you never turned over a statue in your life. That's what he's talking about.
And I tell you, as a kid, being at my grandparents' house, I was, especially when the ice cream man came by, I was always tempted to take that money. But my grandmother always told me, you take that money, something really bad's going to happen to you. You would get bad luck.
So what's the difference between that and voodoo?
Probably nothing. Voodoo is generally what?
I could put a spell on you.
Yeah, voodoo's more of an African religion. I think the Madonna with the money is an Italian thing.
But you believe in God, right?
Yeah, I believe in God. I believe there's something out there. I think there's something that we certainly need to identify with. I think we got here by some reason. I don't, there is. I think we all have a soul. I think there's somebody that we could communicate to. It's just there, and I think it's important to do that.
John, where do you fall in
terms of
how religious would you say you are?
Not very. I'm more traditionalist than religious, but religious enough to go through the the exercises, whatever else of being a Long Island Jew.
My friend used to call it a revolving door Jew.
Yes,
because you go in for those 2 holidays.
Well, I don't even go in for the holidays anymore because I felt a little hypocritical about it. But now, by setting an example for my kids and all that stuff, I still do.
Wait, that's interesting. Why? If it's not important to you, do you feel it's important to set an example for your kids to do it?
I set the example to my kids that if you don't believe in it and you go, that's disingenuous. You're better off going when you feel like you need to be there. My wife feels that you should go.
Oh, wait. So you're saying you don't go to show your kids?
I didn't go before, but now I go.
But wait, but you're saying that you should go if you believe in it.
Right.
But how's that setting the example for your kids if you don't believe it?
Because I made the point for a number of years.
Oh, so now
and then we all talked about it, and they said it would mean a lot.
We
if
just
you
like your
came,
company. Okay.
And I said, okay, I'll go.
Okay.
And complain about it the whole time, which is what a lot of Jews do, actually.
I think Catholics too. Don't worry.
Yeah, we do, big time.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, we were talking a lot about Robin and her laughing at Howard when Howard talked about getting in touch with the weatherman. And then we moved on to Mad Dog Russo, but I saw Howard pop up on the screen, and he wanted to clarify why he got in touch with that weatherman and just didn't understand why Robin was laughing at him. So naturally, we talked to Howard, we gave our own opinions, and here's how it all went.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. Go Blue, John.
Go Blue.
It really came across on the radio that Howard was pissed off at Robin when she just started laughing, but I cannot blame Robin because I just thought it was really cumbersome the way that Howard was explaining that he had basically his own personal weatherman tweeting to him, and it was hilarious. I was laughing along with Robin, and just it seemed like the weatherman was like maybe wanted to have some kind of contact with Howard and Beth that he had this inside track that he was giving inside information, which was all known to publicly anyways. But it was really funny, and I think like Howard said, after he put in perspective with Mike, with Mad Dog and Mike, and so that it should be water on the bridge and not taken with a grain of salt.
I think the thing that pushed it over the edge wasn't Robin's initial laughing. It was her continued laughing.
Uncontrollable laughing.
And later uncontrollable laughing. And then you heard Howard's voice turn and explain, what was going on with the weatherman there.
I also thought it was interesting. It's one of the handful of times I can remember tension like that between Robin and Howard, at least that I was aware of it.
First of all, Robin has a personal captain, so I don't know why she's yelling at Howard for having a personal weatherman. But I also think, again, the way Howard told the story today makes a lot of sense. It was somebody that Beth followed on Twitter, so they became Twitter friends. In the age of Twitter, you become quote-unquote friendly with people a lot easier. Like, I became friendly with ESPN's Matthew Berry on Twitter, and I sometimes email him for fantasy, news or updates or something. And I don't consider him my personal fantasy guru. I don't think Robin would laugh if I said, "Oh, I emailed this guy for fantasy stuff." So I don't know why it's so funny.
No, actually, I think they were actually already friends.
Right.
And what Howard said,
yeah, they were friends before.
He said, "Oh, hey, follow my Twitter. It's good for me to follow."
If you were friends with a guy who was a weatherman and there was a big thing going on, you thought you might have you had to evacuate, for instance, and you might have information an hour early. Why wouldn't you take it?
I've called the Yankees before because I have some friends that work over there, and they're always monitoring the weather for games.
I can see Robin's point of view a little bit because it's a little bit like you're like, okay, come on, I know what you're saying on TV, but tell me the truth. Like, what's really going on?
Right?
Like they're doing. But I can see like that you really do like. Okay, I'm specifically like right here. What do you think? I would ask, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Brian in Ohio, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. You guys just talked about exactly what I was going to say, but I just thought it was so ridiculous that, didn't you guys notice that Howard changed his story as Robin kept laughing? And it got from, we wanted to know what the weather was like, so we called the Sam Champion, and then it was, wait a minute, we didn't call him, he called us.
It wasn't Sam Champion, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
it was
okay.
Somebody else. I can't remember.
John Belaris.
Anyway, but didn't you notice that it changed to, okay, we just ended up following him on Twitter, and that's how we found out?
No, that's not what they said. He said the way the whole conversation started was this guy, was it Belaris, John Belaris? I guess he's friends with Beth and Howard, and he said to Beth, oh, can you follow me on Twitter? Like maybe he called her up, said, because I'm doing all these hurricane updates on it.
Okay, I don't know. It just seemed like his story started changing the more uncomfortable he got, and that made for such great radio. I was dying.
There's not one person in this room that if they weren't friends with a weatherman wouldn't call him for a little person. Like, it makes total sense. I don't think it's crazy.
And Benji, when you're saying like, tell me something that I should know, I don't think it's that. But what if a guy's not going to be on the air for 2 hours? Yeah. And if he's sitting in front of it right now and he goes, yeah, I'm going to go on the air in an hour. This is what I'm going to say, but I'm telling you early. So if you have to evacuate, here's a way to get out early.
I think. Listen, it was the most fascinating thing. If you lived in the East Coast going on, it's interesting. It was an interesting
Every
thing to
channel
ask
on TV had constant. You couldn't watch anything else but storm coverage.
Yeah, but you don't know.
So there's no
I got to
reason.
tell you, some of those people I don't trust.
They're lying. The weathermen are lying to you.
No, I think in my mind, and I know I'm crazy for saying this, some weathermen are better than others, but they're probably all the same.
And I also think, if I had a friend that was a weatherman and I called him, what I would be hoping to hear is, look, dude, the storm looks like it's going away. We're still hyping it up for the ratings, but don't worry so much about it. That's what I'm looking for.
Here's my thinking. I think Sam Champion is very believable. The reason is he's been on the air for 20 years. If he sucked as a weatherman, they would have fired him already. So he must know what he's talking about.
So
and what I'm saying is ridiculous.
Dr. Frank Field was your guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Growing up, Dr. Frank Field was a legend.
All right. Howard, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Hey, first of all, I'm calling in because I'm listening to the discussion about John Belaris, the weatherman, and people are saying I changed my story. The story is very simple, and I want a chance to clarify this because I still think Robin's laughter was inappropriate. Here's what happened. We know John. John lives in our area. He knows where we live. We were being told to evacuate. I said to Beth, I think it's ridiculous. Based on the weather information I'm getting, I think we should stay where we are. Not going to move 3 cats and a dog. It's ridiculous. We're staying, and our neighbors are staying. So I told her that. She's friends with John and said that she was talking to John and said, oh, we're staying. He said, hey, can I speak to you guys about that because I want to tell you something. He called and said, or Beth called him, I don't remember which it was. But in any case, they had a discussion in front of me where they said, hey, Howard thinks we should stay. And he said, I really don't think that's a good idea. And here's why. Because of what the tides are going to be and this and that and the other thing, that it's going to be, crazy and there could be flooding and all of this. And so he advised us that my decision was not accurate, that it probably should leave. Now, what the fuck is so funny about that?
I got to say, what you just said to me made total sense, and I'm not being a kiss ass. Yeah. Because we were agreeing with you.
I'm not looking for a personal weather forecast. I made a decision to stay. He heard about it. I didn't tell him my decision. But he said, hey, I hear your decision. Look, I'm a professional weatherman, and I know the area because I live there. And I'm telling you, it could potentially be a lot worse than you're imagining.
That makes sense.
I think
he's a friend who was concerned.
I think Robin heard it as We talked to our own personal weatherman, and that's why we decided to do what we did. I think that's the way she heard
I don't even
it.
really know John as a weatherman. In fact, he had to tell me what he did for a living. I'm not familiar with the local Philly market, and he, in fact, had said to Beth, why don't you follow me on Twitter? I'm doing all these hurricane reports. And so she's a friend, and she said, I'll follow him on Twitter. So I don't know. I mean, listen, why would that be funny? I think Robin laughed way too long.
Yes.
And I didn't understand it. I'm not angry with her.
Would it be fair to say you were irritated?
Hold on a second. Ronnie and I are about to die. What's going on up there? Drive safely. He's in a fucking rush. He's like a mental case. Easy. It's not funny.
Stop the clock.
Howard, were you pissed, at her initial reaction or the fact that she just went into hysterics?
I felt the
over
laughter
it?
was going on, and in fact, I felt that she was laughing because she'd gotten caught up in me saying, what do you think so funny? And then she just couldn't answer, so she kept laughing. I didn't feel the laugh was real.
Interesting.
I thought I thought the laugh was real. I don't know about you.
I don't think so. I don't think it was. But Robin, I wasn't mad at Robin. I mean, I wasn't, and that's another thing. I'm not angry with Robin. Listen, Robin is there to react and do things on the air that are provocative and interesting, and to be herself.
Well, maybe not mad, but you could be. It could have irritated you or make you feel bad.
It irritated me because I didn't think it was funny. I mean, I didn't. I was like, well, what is funny about a guy calling up and saying? And maybe I didn't explain it well to Robin, but
we all got it.
Yeah,
Robin.
You did.
Yeah, we all understood.
Well,
So I thought, well, maybe there's a joke here that I'm not getting, that there's something crazy in the fact that this guy's a weatherman and he's concerned about us and thinks I'm making the wrong decision.
Well, Benji was saying before, it's one of the few times where he sensed genuine tension between you and Robin. Is that was going?
No, I didn't have. Honestly, I wasn't upset or angry. I was just like, well, I don't understand what's funny.
But you seemed to me that you were.
I was irritated.
Yeah, maybe not at Robin, but at the situation. Like that
I was
seems.
irritated.
Yeah, that seemed to be real.
But I'm
emotional.
irritable all the time. I mean, I'm always irritable, Benji.
Howard, what's your gut on Bubba after talking to him today?
Oh man, I don't even know if I want to tell you my gut. I think Bubba and this is all. By the way, this is based on nothing. Okay, I think Bubba's a wild guy. I mean, genuinely wild. Not a radio guy posing as a wild guy. He's wild. I think he's wild. I think she's wild. And in my imagination, by the way, I'm purely making this up. I have nothing to base it on. That she gets a little crazy and he gets a little crazy. Like maybe even open marriage stuff. By the way, I just totally made that up.
Right, but if that were the case, when it comes, can an open marriage last forever, or does at some point it get weird for one person or the other?
I don't know.
I think that's what must have happened. Somebody got weirded out by something.
The last time both of them were on the show, she was complaining that he wasn't having sex with her enough. I mean, that was the major complaint. That was like a year or two ago.
So then I start to think, now, by the way, based on nothing, but then maybe he was getting it on with chicks, and then maybe she started getting it on. I mean, this is nothing.
Yeah, but hasn't Bubba said that on the air, that he does that sometimes?
I don't know. Bubba always presents himself as a wild sexual person. So who knows? Ronnie, what do you think's going on over there? Keep your eye on the road. He's getting excited. No, I don't really know, but I would have to say that is where my imagination is running wild, because I think he's wild. He probably has a couple of broads. Maybe she's got a dude or a couple of dudes. Now, by the way, this is all my fantasy.
In your fantasy, do you think he wants to be back together with her?
Yes.
See, in my fantasy, she got something going on the side, but it's not dudes.
That's hotter fantasy.
But that's just my fantasy.
I don't know. Radio guys are a very different breed than most people.
Well, you're very different than most radio guys.
I am. I'm not, because I've been sequestered. I'm a self-imposed exile. I'm more sort of on my own. But a lot of radio guys, they bond. They have lots of hijinks. Like Bubba's a man's man. He has lots of bros. They hang out. I mean, anything could have gone wrong. And when he says he's, preoccupied with a lot of different things, I don't know. It feels like there's more to the story.
So Bubba's trying to win her back?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. It depends what the scenario is.
Yeah, I just think that he really, I felt like he didn't want to give anything away today, and he was going to bear the brunt of it say it's me because he just didn't want to talk about anything.
But didn't you think
he actually sounded today like a guy who's already lawyered up? So he's
Right.
like the lawyer's saying to him, "You shut your mouth, Bubba. Don't say a word. I don't care what good radio comes out of it."
See, I took it he was doing kind of the Sal rap, like it's me. I'm not, my focus is in the wrong place. I need to spend more time. That whole thing that Sal did when he had his issue with Christine and the emotional friend.
Yeah, I don't know. Sal's story is the most outrageous. Like, Sal's got this hot wife who doesn't want to have sex with him and then, has an emotional friend. I don't know. Could that be Bubba's situation, that she's got an emotional friend, like a lover or something?
I don't
know.
I bet she has emotional
I mean,
friends. if that's
Bubba
the
can
case.
get lots of women. I know that. He's very masculine.
Well, he definitely Bubba seemed to imply something happened because he said, whatever happened, I'll take the blame.
Yeah, something happened. So maybe. So when I hear a guy say that, this is all my imagination, that he's with chicks, and then all of a sudden she says, fuck this, I'm going to go get a guy, and then he gets pissed, something like that. But who am I to even think that for a minute? I mean, Heather's a Sunday school teacher, isn't she?
I think you might be right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know who the hell knows what happened. I mean, you never know, and maybe we'll never know. But he lives a wild life, Bubba.
And he was also torn with I know what makes good radio, Howard, but I don't want to answer your question. Yet if I don't answer it, then I'm not going to make great radio for you.
That's why I think he's a guy who's already gotten a lawyer.
Interesting.
Lawyers tell you to shut your mouth because then when it comes to a settlement, they'll whip out those phone conversations with me.
That's true. I've seen many a conversation be subpoenaed.
Or it could be that he really wants her back and he doesn't want to screw it up.
Could be
What do
that.
you think?
It could be that too. I think this deal is done.
Yeah, I think more of what you said. A guy who lawyered up, who's got to get his ducks in a row, and doesn't want to say anything to fuck that up.
Hey, Howard,
She seems like, by the way, a really nice girl too. So, in my heart of hearts, I'm being honest now that I really do hope Bubba patches it up with her and they have a nice, long, wonderful, loving relationship. Because divorce, especially with kids involved, is maybe the worst thing. It just explodes a family. And don't forget, Heather's been raising his son with him, and he's been involved with her daughter. So, it's just the worst thing in the world. And also, you really do. I don't think people value their marriages enough. Like, when you have someone who really has your back and things are going great, it can really be the most valuable relationship, ever in your whole life. There's nothing more valuable than that. So I hope they work it because I like Bubba and I'd like to see him have some peace in his life.
Howard, I'm curious, like, if you talk to Bubba off the air, does that make it really hard for you then to discuss it on the air because now you know something?
Yes, I don't want to know anything. I'd rather sit here with you guys and be in the dark and make my conjecture.
It's so funny. We just had a guest offered to us today, and the guest wanted 10 minutes alone with Howard before they came in there. I was like, I'm not interested in that.
No, I won't do that. That would be worse than anything.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because then what's the point? Whatever that guest was going to tell me, and I'm not going to mention her name, but if that guest had something to tell me in private, that's the whole time I'm interviewing them. I'm going to be thinking about that. I'm going to go. I know I'm going to ask her about it.
So are you still going to reach out to Bubba, or are you going to avoid that because this is kind of a fun issue to talk about?
No, I will reach out to Bubba actually. Although from what I hear, you can't even get in touch with Bubba. He's a top secret guy.
But Howard said to Bubba point blank today, he's like, I'll tell you it off the air. And Howard's like, no, I don't care. I want to hear it now.
I would actually be worried if he told me off the air anything confidential because if I accident, people tell me so many things, and I'm on the air doing a free association on the air, 4 or 5 hours sometimes, that sometimes I forget what I'm not supposed to say.
Howard, that's funny because it was like 2 weeks ago. I told you something during the break, and I said, not for the air. And it luckily wasn't a big thing, and you came back and you said it, and John Hines started laughing. He goes, didn't you just say to Howard during the break, not for the air? And then you said
Let me tell you something. I have no memory. I have no idea that I'm not supposed to say that on the air. I'm not doing it to defy anyone or to mess anyone up. I literally do not. When you're on the air, when I'm on the air, I swear to you this is true. I listen to the replays because I don't even know what I said. I don't know half the time what I'm saying. I don't remember it. It's not a scripted program. So, it's like just coming out of me. I'm almost listening to the show as it's happening. It's not, how much time would I have to sit there and really analyze what I'm saying? I don't have any.
Howard, one last question, then I'll let you go. Was Steve Leeds waiting outside your door when you left today?
No. Steve wasn't. I love Steve. Steve's a good man, but no, waiting outside my door is really uncomfortable. Because,
if you listen
to a conversation.
And if you listen to the show, which he does every day, you know that's like on the 10 Commandments of things not to do.
People don't believe that applies when it comes to them.
That's true.
I swear to you, remember we were saying on the air how Tim always gets me right after the show?
Uh-huh.
Tim came up to me today, and he goes, "You're not angry with me?" I go, "Of course not." He goes, "You know I have to come up to you after the show." And I go, "You do?" He goes, "Well, I have things I want to say, and I don't care. I can't wait." But I go, "Tim," and I got uncomfortable. I said, "Well, yeah, of course, It's like Tim doesn't think it applies to him. No matter how many times have we had this discussion with Tim?
A lot.
Yeah, we just say, "Tim, look, I'll deal with you all day. When it comes to our radio channels, I'm there 24/7 for you." I said, "All I need is a half hour after the show to unwind, where you don't lay everything on me. Because my opinion is useless after the show. I'm fried. I just need 20 minutes to meditate, and then I can meet with you." But he doesn't believe it applies to him. He thinks I'm kidding.
Does that apply to him being in the studio as well, Gary?
No comment.
About you? When have I ever said that to you?
No. I said, does that apply to Tim being in the studio during the
Oh,
breaks?
yeah. Well, we've told Tim that. We said, "Tim, there's no need for you to be in the studio." He goes, "No, I need to be there to hear what's going on."
Do you know that there's some days, we have such limited time during the commercial breaks, that there's some days that I sprint in front of Tim as he's going in to get to you before he does?
Tim's a pisser. We're walking out today, and there's like 500 people in the hallway. It's serious. And like that whole thing is like so annoying because you want to just get out and, people get excited to see me and they want to talk and stuff. So under my breath, I go, "Oh, no," because I open up the door and I see it. Tim goes, "Do you not want to go out this way?" I go, No, I'm going to go out. I go, "But Tim, do you have to walk in front of me? You're going so slow. If I could just move quickly here, I can get through this. You're blocking me." It's like you got to move out of my way.
Oh, man.
So, but I love Tim. Listen, let me tell you about Tim. There isn't a better guy on the planet who could be the program director of these channels. First of all, I'm nuts. He deals with me beautifully. He manages the place fantastically. People actually like him. And he works his ass off. I couldn't be more grateful for him. So, the idea that Tim bothers me right after the show sometimes, in a way, I like his exuberance, too. You know what I mean? It's sort of a mixed bag, because if he wasn't that exuberant, he wouldn't be that good as a program manager. I really do mean that.
We all love Tim.
We do.
No, Tim's a great guy. He really is. And he works so hard for us. And he really is the man. He's the man. He's the man.
All right, Howard, I'll let you go. Thanks for clearing up. I hope you feel like you cleared up the whole weatherman.
I feel I did. I feel I needed to defend myself.
And never let a woman who has her own private captain make fun of you for having a private.
I heard that point. I like that point.
Thank you.
Mad Dog Russo. Mad Dog Sports Channel begins shortly. The Mad Dog Unleashed program begins on Monday the 15th of September. Here today to introduce myself to the legendary Mr. Stern. So Howard had me on will have me on here for a little while. I'll give him a little biography of Christopher Mad Dog Russo, and probably, and maybe a little rundown on sports. And Howard's not that wrapped up on, Bengals Chargers, so to speak, I guarantee you. So have some fun with that and do a good show and get everybody wrapped up in the Mad Dog channel.
Chris Russo is here. He is known as Mad Dog. He's a broadcaster in the New York area for over, I don't know, maybe 15 years or something. I don't even know.
More like 18.
18 years.
Yeah.
And now he just signed with Sirius Satellite Radio for what they say is $3 million a year. There's Chris. Hey, Chris, welcome to the show. How are you?
Honey, hey, Howard, how are you, buddy?
How are you, man? Congratulations.
Thank you, Howard.
That's him.
It's the Mad Dog. Right here.
There's the Mad Dog.
Rabbit, here I am, right there. I got little muscles and everything else.
You
I'm all
look good.
set.
We were concerned about you. I saw you for the first time the other day in the hall when you were having your illustrious press conference.
I'm thinking he was wearing makeup.
I said you're very tan.
I was. Well,
I'm worried about you.
I
You're
was
less
at the
tan.
I was at the Jersey Shore in that stretch, so I got little kids on the beach all day, Italian, the whole
That
bit.
was a real tan.
A real tan.
Are you the kind of guy that lays on the beach and says, "Yeah, I'd like to get a tan," or is it you're active on the beach?
No. I get bored, but I tan well, but I can't lay on the beach hour upon hour.
Is it hard for you?
Drives me crazy.
You're a man's man. You like sports.
Love
You
sports.
love sports. That's your life. But to sit there and take care of these little kids and run around on the beach.
Very difficult. And I am not a good swimmer.
How long can you last watching children?
How about 20 minutes?
Is that right?
No,
That's
I'm tough with the kid. And I have 9 and under.
Ooh.
4, 9 and under.
4?
9 and under.
Oh,
9, 7, 6, and 3. 3 little boys.
In a way, what you do for a living, it's almost like being an eternal child. I mean, isn't it weird that you are a grown man with a family, and this shit still matters to you so much?
It matters.
It
As
matters.
opposed to the mature stuff we do here.
No,
Yeah.
but wait a
As opposed
second.
to Dancing with the Stars and The Bachelor.
Well, that's serious business. That's the business of television. Sports, in a way, it's so childlike. To maintain that childlike...
That passion.
You gotta
Well, look
have
at you.
passion.
You have the passion for radio. I
Yes.
heard you this morning coming in.
Absolutely.
You're a radio guy. You
I'm
can
a
have this
radio
beautiful studio. You can do all your things that you do.
Right.
But the core of you is the radio.
Right.
The core of me is sports.
Sports. So, when you were a kid, did you imagine yourself being a sports commentator?
Yeah, Marv Albert was my hero.
Was your hero?
So I thought that I would be a play-by-play guy.
Right.
Where I would announce particular teams' games.
That's really your dream.
That's what I wanted to do. So the first job I ever got, Jacksonville, Florida, in 1983 for the Jacksonville AA baseball Suns.
Right.
And I went down there in February of 83, and I sold advertising time for the Suns. Billboard advertising and the outfield season tickets, all those things that you could think a minor league ball club would sell, I sold for them.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to Rollins College in Winter Park, but I didn't go for this, though.
You were not a communications
History
major.
and communications.
Okay, so you wanted to be a broadcaster.
I wanted to be a
That was your
broadcaster.
But
dream.
you wound up in sales.
So I in Jackson, but I wound up with sales in February. They said, if you can sell, we will put you as the play-by-play guy of the team. I get there in February, and in 6 weeks, now I'm 22 years old in Jacksonville, Florida. They hate the Yankees in Jacksonville, Florida.
Right.
That's Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm going out there knocking on doors trying to sell advertising for the AA team. I'm just out of college, 8 months out of college,
Right.
and after 6 weeks, they fired me.
Well, let me understand something.
And then I ended up at a radio station after
You
that.
get out of college, and you land a job in sales, in radio sales.
All commission. It took me 8 months to get it, but yes.
Right. Was your father upset with you? Did he want you to be in the jewelry business?
Absolutely. Good question.
Because
Absolutely.
because a guy growing up in Syosset with a father in the jewelry business, it's almost determined. It's predestined
Absolutely
that
right.
you would become a jeweler.
Good point.
Did you work there all the time?
I did in the summer times.
You did.
But my father and I would always clash, take the training together. We'd always fight. He's
It
a
was
Yankees.
horrible.
I couldn't. I just did not
Did
want
your
to do
father
that.
think you were a nudnik, that you were a bit of a schmo?
He thought you'd be crazy. You're never going to get a job. How
Did
you
he
gonna...
tell you that?
Yes, he did.
He sat you down and said, "Listen, I'm worried about you. You want a good bit living, be in the jewelry business. This is a schmuck's move to be broadcasting. You got no talent."
He didn't go that far, but he would. My father's the sort of guy, still alive, 77 years of age, that he wants to be the doer. Let me make this call for you. Let me go talk to this guy. And he didn't know anybody in the broadcasting business. Right. But some guy who had a cousin who worked at a radio station in Des Moines, Iowa, he tracked down and
But
he made me the
you.
call.
He loved you.
He's trying to help his son.
Trying to help
his only
his son.
child, only son,
But probably privately he worried because
Very much so.
Because you don't sound like a typical announcer with the deep voice,
Right, exactly.
and you got the accent and all of that.
But
So
I knew I could do it, though. I knew I could do it.
But you believed in yourself.
I did. No, I didn't think I was going to be a talk show host.
Right.
And that's where the baseball came in, because I got the job. I took the job thinking I could be a baseball play-by-play guy.
And what happened there? Did it
They
work out?
fired me after 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
$1,800 worth of,
Why? Because you were terrible at it?
They didn't think, I think the season was coming close. They didn't want me on their air, so they got rid of me. But I sold 18. I didn't have a contract.
Were you too controversial?
No, I wasn't even on the radio yet. I was
Right.
just selling advertising.
Oh.
And then I ended up, from there, working for a day, dawn to dusk station.
But wait a second, hold it. If those guys never heard you on the air,
right.
You hadn't even had a chance to get on the air, why would they fire you? Did you have a grating personality?
No,
Did
they
you not
fired me because I think they wanted to use me to see how much I'd sell for them. And once I sold the 18, which I thought was a tremendous... Think about this for a second now. Young kid, Jacksonville, Florida, don't know anybody, and somehow in 5 weeks, I sold $1,800 worth of advertising.
That sounds
for
good to me.
a Double-A baseball team. Nobody cares about the Suns.
And by the way, what did a minute of advertising cost on that station?
Well, no, it wasn't
$6?
This is season tickets, billboards.
Billboards, okay, all right.
I remember I hadn't sold anything in 13 days, and they bring me into the office on a Friday. Said, Chris, you're out. Goodbye. I said, you said 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It was 9 days. So you said 2 weeks. And this 2 weeks is not up yet. That day at 3 o'clock, I went to an Irish lawyer firm, and a guy bought 4 season tickets. And I came back at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I said, here, you tell me you can't fire me now. Here's your ticket order for $500. And they had to keep me.
So your play-by-play job really had little to do with the talent. It had to do with whether or not you could sell.
Absolutely right.
Now, you say you went to Rollins College?
Well, yeah.
Where is that?
That's in Winter Park.
Is that like a rich kid's college? You bow your way
People
in?
think it is, yeah.
Were you a bad student?
I wasn't a great student, but Rollins is a pretty good school. 1,300 kids, so you get good little attention. Remember, I went to a boarding school, too, in upstate New York.
You were a rich kid. I guess your old man did okay.
I wasn't...
Boarding school. Who does that in Syosset?
Yeah,
Where
he went there.
How do you hold on to this accent? Going to
my mother's English.
What in the
and my
world
mother
is going on?
And my mother's English.
Did your parents dislike you so much that they sent you off to boarding school?
I was only child. It was the best thing that ever happened to me, Howard.
But why send you away?
My father went to this boarding school.
I see.
So I kind of went to the same boarding school he did, and I tell you the reason why you want to know why they sent me away?
Yeah. You were
a Giants fan. My kid was a Giant fan. I said, you're going to fucking California to school.
In 8th grade, I went to St. Paul's in Garden City, Long Island.
Okay.
And that spring, I got a 50 on my Spanish exam.
Oh, forget it.
And my mother loves Spanish, bilingual, everything else. And she took it as an assault to her being that her little son got a 50 in a Spanish final. She got so mad at me, they said, we got to get him out of here to have him do something. So I ended up at Darrow School.
Is this an all boys?
No, co-ed, 135
co-ed.
kids.
Did you have your first sexual experience at that school? I would bet you did.
I knew that was coming.
Why not?
Can I lie, Robin? Can I lie?
Why would you lie about that?
No, I did not.
Were you sports guys generally get laid at an older age? They're more, you know what I mean? I'm going to guess.
As my wife always tells me, sports is my mistress.
Right, it's true. I would bet as a kid you were more interested in sports than girls.
Absolutely.
And then when girl fever hit, okay.
When did girl fever hit?
I'm going to tell you what. I say you were a virgin until you were 20.
Oh, dear.
Do I have to give you an answer on this?
Give me an answer. Give me a yes or no. Come on.
The answer is yes.
Really?
No.
I hate to be honest with you.
You know how you are good at calling what's going to happen in sports?
Right.
I'm good at figuring out when people lose their virginity.
That's a good read.
I knew sports
So
guys.
you were in college?
Yeah, Rollins too. Rollins, Winter Park, Florida. And that's a very intimidating school.
Yeah.
A lot of pretty girls.
Was that the first girlfriend you ever had?
No, I had a couple girlfriends at Darrow, but
you couldn't close
Rollins,
the deal.
yeah, the first couple girlfriends. And I was an independent. I wasn't a fraternity guy.
Right.
So that also takes you out of the loop a little bit because it's a fraternity-oriented school.
That's in the middle of Orlando?
Are you like me?
6 miles away.
Are you like me? Do you wonder where that first girl is and you want to say to her, hey, honey, you should have stuck with me and you wanted to see your new $3 million a year contract? Come on. Did you call her or try to get in touch with her?
Howard can count money-wise, too, right? Can he not?
Well, Howard, he knows she's in the same business as he is. It's Susan Waldman. Right?
That is that's good funny. Like that,
Now, wait a second. I want to know something.
That's funny.
Do you fantasize about, did that girol give you the heave-ho? Were you in love with her?
The first girl that I really was in love with was a girl by the name of Denise.
Right. Have you been in touch with Denise?
No,
Hey,
I have
Denise,
not.
Look at me. Now I got $3 million a year in the bank.
I have not. I'll give you a story about Denise, though, real quick.
Okay.
I went out with her when I was in Orlando. No, I did love her, I must admit. Went out with her when I was in Orlando, when I worked at WKS in Orlando. That summer, this is in probably 85 or 86, so that summer, good relationship. At the end of that summer, I was walking down the Winter Park Art Festival. It's a famous art festival in Central Florida, and she had been distant the last 2 weeks. I was walking down with a buddy of mine, and I saw her holding hands with somebody else.
I'm so sorry.
I was crestfallen. But there's an end to the story.
Go ahead.
When I got out of Orlando 7 months later to take a job at WMCA, Rick Sklar hired me, sent a tape up. I came up to do shows. Out of nowhere, I get this job at MCA.
Wow.
7 months later, she wrote me a letter.
I want you back.
And it was the sort of letter that was pre-holding hands boyfriend Winter Park Arts Festival. So there's my little example.
Wait a second. When you got hired in New York radio?
87.
87. WMCA. What were they at that point? A talk station?
They were still a talk station. They went to Strauss Communications that just sold them to Federal Broadcasting out of Detroit.
Right.
But Sklar was in charge, and he was a legendary guy.
Sure, Rick Sklar.
So he hired me to do sports talk on weekends and morning drive sports, and that's a job I had to take.
And so Rick Sklar was the guy who
$54,000 a year.
He figured that you would be a good host of a show.
The ad and broadcasting magazine said, if you talk like a New York sports fan, send tape and resume to such and such.
So did you go into his studio somewhere and do an imaginary talk show?
No, I was doing talk shows in Orlando at this point.
Okay.
So I came up. They flew me up to New York. I did two shows and a couple of updates, flew back down to Orlando, Florida. 10 days later, Sklar calls me up on the phone on St. Patty's Day weekend, 87, says, listen, talks, I can tell he's into it. He says, if you're the guy we decide to hire, can you get here in 2 weeks?
Did you like working for Sklar?
Well, he was only a consultant for the station.
Okay.
So once I got there, he kind of disappeared and went to go do something else. So he was in charge of finding the programming for the station.
Somebody told me that when you first came to New York, your first job in New York, you had to pay the radio station.
No, it's not true.
That's a rumor?
That's not true. No, Sklar.
What in the world are you talking about?
MCA.
Like one of those deals where you go in and
you buy the time.
You buy the time.
But no, that was not the case.
Howard, on the internet it says I did coke in the fucking 90s.
It did? Well, I don't believe that.
So he gave me $54,000 a year, and I did Saturdays and Sundays and Monday through Thursday morning drive sports with a crazy shot.
So
they gave
you
me the
were
show.
a hot shot DJ in the South. You were kind of a sports
hot shot's
guy.
a little strong.
You were dating women. You were getting it on. You were
living the life.
Did it get wild?
Did you bachelor?
Did you experiment with drugs?
Remember? No, I did not.
You did not. Never. Have you ever smoked pot?
In college?
In college, you smoked pot?
I can't lie about that.
No. Did you try coke?
No, I did not.
Him on blow must be forget about it.
Remember, I went to boarding school, Howard.
All right, but
things
still,
happen in boarding
things
school.
Go crazy. You started to go to your head. You were getting some success.
No, I'm not like that.
You're not like that at all. You're a level-headed guy.
Hopefully.
You're a level-headed guy.
I'm not wrapped up in
It's not going to go to your head
You know what I'm wrapped up in right now?
What are you wrapped up in?
I'm wrapped in right now. I'm making sure I get this channel to be as good as I possibly can do.
And this is not going to go to your head.
God no.
Channel.
God no.
Mad Dog
I'll tell you, you know what I'm wrapped
Radio.
up right now? I want to make sure Mel gets his money back.
Right. Okay. That's a fair. That's good. And I was going to ask you about that. This is a whole new ball game for you. And when you were at WFAN, you go on the radio with your partner. You made a lot of money for the station.
Team up?
You
made a lot of.
They teamed us up in 1989.
But you made a lot of money with your partner. This and that. The other. This thing is Mel's looking at you. He's saying, "Hey, in sports, I need you to bring in subscribers. We're hoping people who listen to you on FAN are going to come over here and listen to you." There's a bit of pressure.
Right.
How will you know you're succeeding? How will you know? What is the measurement here?
Well, I'll tell you one measurement. Mel's quote.
What was that?
The day after I did this Blue press conference.
Right.
He said, by the amount of people here, he's already made my investment back.
Is that right?
Now, I don't think Mel may have just said that, make me look good, you know. But that kind of quote is what I'm looking for. I want to make sure that when this is over in 5 years or whenever it might be over,
that your fans
they
are
got
satisfied.
I gave him a good talk show. B, we gave him a decent channel. And C, the company, you know what? Giving Russo all this money, at least on my terms, not on yours, of course, but giving Russo all this money, it was a worthwhile investment. If I can do that, I did my job. That's what I'm looking at it right now.
In other words, what you're saying is this is a chance for you to step out on your own. The big controversy when you worked with your partner, Mike Francesca, was who is really the draw? Is it Mad Dog? Is it the other guy.
Or is it Mike and the Mad Dog only?
Right.
That's true too.
Right.
Could it
Right.
be just? We don't know that. We haven't answered that
Right.
question
Is
yet.
it Lennon McCartney, or can these guys exist on their own?
Are you nervous going out on your
No,
own?
I'm really not.
You're not?
No, not at
You
all.
feel good about it?
Howard, I went to Jacksonville, Florida by myself in an AMC Gremlin in 1983.
Right.
Orlando. If I did that,
But
I
the
could do
big
this.
success came when the two of you were teamed up.
That's true, too.
And
You could make that all right. But obviously, people think that I can do this solo. Mel wouldn't have given me this contract. Scott Greenstein
Are
wouldn't have
you
given me this contract.
happy to be solo now? Or were you
I needed. I think Mike's happy too.
Yeah.
I think Mike likes the idea that he has the real estate on FAN. He does
Can I
5
ask you
hours a
something?
day.
Have you listened to Mike on his own radio show now?
No, I haven't yet.
You haven't? Why not? Why haven't you listened to the show?
I probably realized that I'm trying to move forward a little bit. I'm trying to focus in on what I have to do here, so I try to stay away as much as possible. It'd be like me listening to shows before I went to work every day. I never listen to the station because I don't want to be influenced by calls, by what the other hosts are doing.
In other words,
I
you
wanna
want to have
go
a
in there-
genuine opinion.
There you go.
When you prepare,
I don't want to
for-
be swayed.
But wait a second. When you prepare for your sports show, when you do a 4-hour gig or something, 5 hours here.
And by the way, 5 hours here is like, you probably feel the same. It's like 6 hours. I did one show last Thursday at the ESPN Zone. 5 hours on our thing is 6 hours over on FAN.
That's right.
It's a lot. It's harder to do the longer show.
They run the risk of burning you out in the sense that maybe 3 hours a day would be better because, how much sports can you really talk about? Once
I
you
can
give all
talk. I can talk about it.
You can.
I'll figure out a way to get through the 5. Already knows.
Wait,
He's been
once
listening for a
you
long
give
time.
all your opinions of the day and you talk about all the games
I
and the
do
teams.
goofy things. I do the movies. I do books. You
don't just talk about
Yeah, they would
I'll do
sometimes
some.
even
I'll do some stuff.
interview actors
right,
and stuff.
absolutely.
What do you watch on TV besides sports?
I'm not a TV guy. I tell you what I liked. I love old movies.
Right.
I could tell you a lot about Jimmy Stewart, Richard Widmark,
What is
Burt
the best
Lancaster.
old movie around? What's the best movie?
If you put me on a desert island where I could watch one, Shawshank Redemption is the film I love. But,
Terrific
let's forget that for a second. You want to go back
Air Force One.
pre-1960, something along those lines?
Yes. Go ahead. Give me the top film.
That I would just
desert island film. You got one
that I have to watch. That I'm familiar.
You're on a weird desert island. All they have there is a projector and
Place
one
in the
phone.
Sun.
Place in the Sun. Place in the Sun.
You know
Is that
why?
Montgomery
Why?
Cliff?
Oh, what a great movie that is! Elizabeth Taylor on Montgomery Cliff. About the guy, Montgomery Cliff, who's from a Salvation Army home in Kansas City. He's an Eastman. He goes out to Los Angeles to work for the Eastman Kodak people. He befriends and gets Shelley Winters pregnant, who's sort of a stay-at-home girl. And in the meantime of that, he meets Angela Vickers, who is an Eastman girl, and that's Elizabeth Taylor in 1951. Elizabeth Taylor,
right?
And so he tries to navigate his way through the Shelley Winters relationship. And because he wants to be with Angela Vickers. Right. So he takes Shelley Winters on a boat in Lake George. On a canoe. That's right. And Raymond Burr's the prosecutor.
She was a lot lighter than Shelley Winters. Yes.
And she falls out of the canoe.
Right.
And he's got that moment there of hesitation. Do I let her drown, then I can be with Angela Vickers, or do I try to save her?
Right.
And that moment of hesitation cost him his life because she drowns. She swims back to shore. He gets caught by the cops. Poor Angela Vickers. Elizabeth Taylor doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
And then Raymond Burr comes in and comes up with this concoction of how he actually hit her with the oar, which he didn't do. And he gets the death sentence. But at the end of it, she comes back to visit him on his way down to get home. She comes back. You remember that? Did anybody see that scene? She comes back.
Do you love this because after a day on the beach with the 4 kids and the wife,
absolutely,
do you sit there and go, man, that could be my life?
Angela Vickers, Howard.
In the
Angela Vickers.
last minute, we lost about 80,000 subscribers.
The reason, 1951, you're right.
What
Who
about
cares?
the fact that later in life, Liz Taylor and Shelley Winters both look like Warren Sapp?
The last thing that went through my mind as you sit here and review your life, the reason I would imagine you don't listen, and by the way, when you prepare, this is where I was going. When you prepare for your radio show, don't you sit and read the newspapers? You read the opinions of all the different columnists.
I read for information.
Right. You need the information. So in a sense, but the reason you don't listen to Mike on his own is because also there's got to be something painful in it. Like you don't even want to see him doing that well. on his own? If I was you,
The answer to that question-
I would want to see him fail if I was you.
No, I don't care. No, because
Really?
my validation was this contract.
Yes, and your validation also.
So I don't need any more validation because my validation was the fact that in Sirius XM gave me a channel.
You bet. Didn't it eat into your brain for many years that your partner got $200,000 more than you did?
I don't know if that's entirely accurate,
but it was more money than you.
At least maybe early on it was in our relationship.
You never sat down and said to the company,
I can't let
need
that
parity.
No.
You never said.
You can't get
You
rid-
never said to the people at WFAN.
Look at Howard, it's going like me, baby.
I want parity.
Parody, baby.
You never said it.
Probably once in a while that bothered me, but Howard, you cannot do a show with somebody 5.5 hours a day for 19 years and feel bitter because he
wasn't
might be
his
making
fault.
more money than you have.
It
Because
wasn't his fault.
the fans don't care.
Right, and he didn't determine
Exactly.
how much you made.
I'm not talking
the
about
bosses
that.
did.
Whoever did
He's talking about down in my soul.
Right.
Pride.
Look at me
Was
in the
my
eye.
pride wounded?
Look at
because,
me in the eye.
Right.
If Mike does super well on his
Not
own,
going to bother me, Howard.
Look at me.
I promise
Did
you.
I finish the question? No. If Mike does super well on his own, the show doesn't lose any ratings, the show goes on, blah, 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 blah. Got to admit, that's not going to be as good as if Mike doesn't do so well. They
But
need
what if
the
he
Mad
does
Dog.
super well?
Hold it a sec.
All right.
They need the Mad Dog. They need him. Tell me that wouldn't be some great thing.
Can
in
I
your
say that he can
Be
stay
honest.
equal? How about if we go equal?
All right, equal.
Equal won't bother me.
What if he drops
you're
2
going
points?
to-
What
if
if he
you're-
goes from a 5 share to a 2?
Well, you're telling me now if he goes 5 to a 10. Now that's going to bother me.
Yes. That's going to bother
I
you.
have
Be
pride.
honest. Of course.
You're going to go 5 to a 10, double the audience because I'm off the air?
That would hurt.
That's going to bother Mel. I got the wrong guy.
We're going to change the name of that damn channel.
Right.
And if it went from a 5 share to a 2,
would part of me be happy?
Yes.
I tell you, I know you're not going to believe this because you want, but I've been honest with you since I walked in the
Please
room.
be
So
honest.
if I'm
That's all
being,
I
so I have it for that foundation of telling you the truth. That's not going to bother me. Now, that's not going to make me happy.
Let me put it to you this way.
I swear it won't.
Boy, you're not like me.
Put it to you.
If I didn't have this contract and this responsibility,
Right.
it would.
So whose idea was it to bring you over to satellite radio? Was it Mel? Parmesan?
I think the
Scott
fact that Mel,
Greenstein?
both of them.
Both
I
of
think
them.
the fact that Mel knew me from all those years at Infinity.
How did they woo you? They come to your apartment privately and say, "Listen, Chris, let's sit down."
They're giving you carte blanche. Do what you want.
They sit down. They say, "We'll give you a 5-year deal, $3 million a year."
But not even that so much. It was the philosophy.
Let you
Carte
do your
blanche-
thing.
There you go.
So what are you going to do with the new channel?
Well,
What is your idea? What is your dream?
My dream is that if you are a sports talk fan,
go ahead,
and you got to be a diehard. I understand that, but if you're a sports talk fan around the country and you want to vent and you want to talk about why Manny Ramirez dropped a fly ball in the ninth and the Dodgers lost a big game, or you want to talk about Brady getting hurt out for the year,
Best
or you
thing
want
ever.
to talk, that's a huge one. You want to talk about LeBron at the Olympics, Federer winning the U.S. Whatever big topic is that you have a place to do that on this channel.
Do you have guys in mind that
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to work
Oh,
with?
absolutely.
Who are these guys? Who are the good guys in the business right now?
Well, we brought in Lee Hamilton.
Okay.
He's doing some shows for us these next couple days. Extra San Diego, 22 years.
All right.
I got to find some younger kids, too,
Right.
who are 30, 31 years of age, who might look at me as sort of the dean. I don't want to sound cocky,
Right.
but the dean of the sports talk genre. So say, you know what, I like to go work with Chris.
Who was the first person you called when you made this decision? Was it your father who wanted you to go in the jewelry business?
I did call my parents until June 22nd. The first person I called, the fact that who was the first person? Well, I guess it was my wife.
Your wife.
She was with me because I had to go to a bar in New Jersey to sign the release papers because we had to sign these release papers, and I was
Yes.
in Jersey, and I had to get that Mad Dog trademark name back. So I got the Mad Dog trademark
You
name
didn't
back.
own the Mad Dog.
FAN did.
Aha.
We had to negotiate to get that back.
You had to pay FAN.
No, we didn't pay. We just got it. We gave him $1.
Okay.
So we got it back, and I
Why
had
would they give that to you?
They wanted to lease it to us for the next 5 years. I'm not gonna. And we said, all right, fine, lease it. Chris is not leaving. He's not accepting your buyout. It's day to March.
Oh, I see.
So I had that as leverage.
I see.
You want me out, you're going to have to give me that name.
Little hardball.
So to
there.
make a long story short, I had to go to Bar A in New Jersey and sign a 5-page release.
Who
that I
named
was
you
out.
Mad Dog?
Bob Raceman, Daily News.
He did.
He gets the credit.
And it stuck.
He absolutely stuck.
You like that name?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's
a moniker. A guy like me needs that.
Yeah, it's
I get all dog. I never get Chris or Christopher.
Right.
I always get dog this, dog that. But if my kids call me, my little 9-year-old calls himself the Mad Puppy, which is the last thing I want him to do because I don't want him worrying about. I don't want him to be
This
that.
feels good to you. I see you're happy.
I'm into it.
When you were with the partner.
Listen, can I say something?
I know, you like Mike.
Come on, 19 years, I had to like him. I couldn't do a show with him for 19 years.
But you never even talked to each other during the commercial breaks. That's what everyone tells me who used to watch you on the TV show.
No, that's not true.
You two never
Last couple
even
months, maybe. Now, they also told you I bought the airtime, so they were wrong there. So don't necessarily believe
When's
that
the
either.
last time you had dinner with Mike?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
You didn't buy, did you? That's against.
No, Mike buys.
Mike buys. So you'll remain friends with him. You think you'll see him?
Have you talked?
I have not talked since I took this job. Talked to him a couple days prior to me leaving.
Right.
Again,
He
Mike
should be
likes the
smart.
challenge too here.
He should stay friendly with you. You got your own channel. Maybe you'll employ him one day.
Mike will not allow that.
If
You think Mike?
if
Oh,
your
you know.
channels-
You think Mike's going to allow me? Mike, by the way, I know things aren't going good. Here, come work for Chris Russo. I'll give you the overnight shift.
He ain't working on the Mad Dog.
Do you think
Not doing that.
Do you think he resents your payday? He's got to be blown out.
You know,
by that.
remember one thing about the payday.
Go ahead.
I can't simulcast the show over here on TV. I was simulcasting the show.
That's true.
On Yes.
Right.
You got to throw $500,000. I gave up that $500,000.
So you're saying
out.
You were making at least 2 over at FAM between your 1.2, then you had another 5.
I was making 2 there my last year, plus the 500,000. That's 2.5.
So you didn't really get that big a
There
boost.
you go. Mike's not stupid. He can do the math. Well, hold on. How much of a raise did Chris actually get? I mean, he was making 2.5. Now he gets 3. Got paid agents and everything else. Plus, I'm sure they bumped Mike up when I left.
What else do you do? Do you have any other outside thing? You do any voiceover stuff?
I did 2 books.
You did 2 books.
Well, I did. The first
do you
was in New York
juggle? Do you do anything I don't know?
I play a lot of tennis. I run all the time.
You're a tennis player.
Oh, I love to play
Are you
tennis.
good?
Yeah, good player.
You
4
could
5.
kick ass?
I'm a level below a club pro, but I'm a good, solid. You saw me in a tennis court, you'd say, he's pretty darn good.
How's the relationship with the wife? How long have you been married?
13 years.
13 years.
4 kids.
4 kids.
She's from a family of 6. I'm an only child.
You don't cheat at all?
Never.
Never kiss
Absolutely.
a girl? Never get girls?
Never.
You never
I
spank
can't-
girls on your show? Nothing like that?
No.
None of that.
I heard your comments with the young lady here.
Yes.
You had a wife. That was funny, though. You had a wife. That was funny.
But I guarantee you, the thought has crossed your mind. In the sense that
Every
you
man,
are a big
every
star.
man, every man, it's crossed his mind.
Now you're
We're
in the
men.
paper. You got
Did
your own
you
channel.
enjoy a level your fame for
Oh,
a while?
absolutely.
Did you
I'd be
have-
lying if I told you I didn't.
There's no-
front page of the Daily News.
Yeah.
The New York Times 2 weeks ago. This Week in Review, huge column
Yeah,
on
but I
Mike
meant
and me.
before
Oh,
you were
gotta get it.
married.
You mean to tell me before you got married, you did have a period of time where you got to use your fame?
No, I never did that.
You never went out with a lot of chicks? Never had
I
a
did.
threesome?
Of course, I had girlfriends.
Did you ever have a threesome?
No.
Oh, God.
No threesome?
No truth
What do you
to
mean,
you.
oh, God?
I might want to imagine it.
Yeah.
but
You
no
never saw
threesome.
2 girls doing something in front of you?
No. But Howard's
No,
funny.
none of
I
that
love him.
crazy.
Why is that
He's not
funny?
going to crack that. He's not going to crack me, though.
There's no truth to you
come
and
on.
Anna Kournikova.
No, God, no.
I mean,
She's pretty, though. She's pretty.
So you never had any of that wild scene?
I am. No, you can make the argument prior to my lovely wife that maybe I was a little sexually deprived.
Where'd you meet
That's
this
the truth.
wife? When did you?
I
where
met
did
her on
you-
a plane.
On a plane. What was
Coming
she
back
doing?
from Chicago.
Is she a model? Is she an actress?
She's
What is she?
she's 9 years young, 8 years younger than me.
8 years. Oh, that's good.
Family of 6, Rye, New York.
And the sex life after all the children is still as good as when you first.
It's never gonna, you're busy. You got 4 little kids. You got a 3-year-old running in your house at 3 o'clock in the
excuses.
morning.
Are you sexually
You find
frustrated?
it time.
Are you sexually frustrated?
No, I can't say that.
You masturbate?
I won't deny it.
You do it.
Oh, jeez, Howard.
That's got to be the funniest thing ever.
Not to the San Francisco Giants.
To Willie McCovey? Everybody used to make fun of me because I used to love Will Clark, and he used to play these things, and I was a Giants on a road trip with Will Clark in his hotel room. Will, let me in, Will. It's Chris Russo. Things like that.
So Chris Russo is a sex addict.
No,
Is that fair?
God, no, I'm a sports addict. That's the problem, Howard. That's the problem.
Chris,
I got the wrong addiction.
Chris, this guy right here is the only guy who knows who Will Clark is in the room.
That's right. He's not a sports fan at all, is he?
Could care
Do you
less.
watch anything?
Don't care about
Giants,
it.
Patriots?
I used to watch the. I watch like when the Super Bowl comes on.
Michael Phelps gold medals?
He hardly watched
Hardly.
the Olympics.
I don't care about his flipper feed. I don't.
You
care
didn't
about
watch
any of it.
You didn't watch the Olympics at all?
A little bit.
He's never seen Roger Federer play.
Federer, Nadal, Wimbledon. You didn't see that?
Never saw
I'm not even
it.
sure who he is.
Oh my God!
Honest to
it's
God.
terrible.
You watched the Giants win the Super Bowl.
I thought quarterbacks blitz.
What's the name of the
yesterday. I
guy?
don't even know.
The Yankees in a World Series game. Don't get wrapped up in it.
Don't get wrapped up in it.
I asked you
no,
about
I
this.
did. The World Series I get wrapped in. I like the Super Bowl.
Occasionally, but it's not all
Lakers,
the time.
Celtics, NBA Final.
I go to the Knicks games. I loved
Why,
watching the Knicks.
hockey, 94 Rangers?
I'm a great spectator. I love to go to games and watch the sports, and I love athletes when they. I mean, it's amazing.
So
performance.
Sunday afternoon football, you're not going to be sitting there watching.
No, I play chess.
He's never been to a football game, have you? Live?
I bet. Yeah,
When you were a
Detroit.
kid,
I went to the Detroit Lions. I went to Pontiac Stadium when it first opened up.
So he has.
That's 100 years.
That's a
ago.
while.
That was
That's
1980.
Howard, what's the name of the guy? Because I said I was going to ask you this.
Go ahead.
Because the day after the last Super Bowl, we talked about this all day.
I might work on
What's
your
the
sports
name
channel.
of the guy
Yeah.
that made the big catch at the end of the Super Bowl? That Manning threw the ball. He got away from the blitz.
Should get that one. That's a good question.
Placido Domingo.
Placido.
No, you're thinking of
Placido.
How you have to
I don't
know
know.
that?
David Tyree. You don't remember we talked
Don't
about
even.
Tyree?
I
Are you
forget. I don't
He
care.
probably doesn't remember.
I don't
who
care.
threw the
Are you
pass.
still motivated every day to do this show?
Yes, love this. In fact, it was really weird. When we were on vacation, I said to Beth, I'm actually missing being on the air, which is weird.
Oh, no.
I mean,
So you're
I've
going
done
to
that-
resign?
No,
Oh,
I didn't
here
say
you
that.
go.
That's
Yeah,
enough of
by the
that.
way, I know they're a little. Make sure you do. You know, we're going to need
Has
you.
Mel
here.
mentioned me at all?
No, he has not. But make sure whatever.
nervous.
What do you have? 2 years left in your contract?
I have 2 years left. That's right.
Wow, we went through 3 fucking years.
You have to make sure.
Well, you were
Robin,
asleep most of the time.
I was on
Robin, make sure
withdrawal.
he stays.
Hey,
Don't
Chris,
leave.
I wanted to say, because Mel, I don't know if you know this, but Mel, he calls me before every big move.
Yeah.
And I said, look, he's been through this before he hired you. See if he could sell $1,800 worth of subscriptions first.
That's right. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
It
and then
never changes.
Bullshit.
That's Mel's scorecard.
So you're here to
Bullshit.
say you're a happy guy.
I'm
You've
a happy
got to
guy.
live out your childhood fantasy.
Hey, I'm doing a sport. Who would have thought at MCA back in Jacksonville, Florida, I'd be doing running a
right.
channel?
And now you're on Sirius
With Howard
Satellite.
Stern, no
I'm
less.
excited to have you here. I envision that this is going to be the epitome of a radio experience for listeners. I believe that satellite radio is the future, and I'm not just blowing smoke up anyone's ass. I really do believe that. I work a little differently than you. Even you yourself have said, Stern, he works blue. That's my thing. You know, that's not your thing. Do you ever curse?
I usually don't. No.
Are you going to curse on the air?
Damn in hell.
Do you think you might say the F word?
No,
on
I can't
Sirius
say
Satellite
it. I
Radio?
can't say it.
Were you like that as a kid? You never cursed?
No, I did as a kid. I kind of told myself when I was in my early 20s, let's eliminate that from your vocabulary.
So, they say that not cursing.
Listen, I'm not perfect. I got a lot of vices. That I try to stay away
What
from
is your
that.
vice? It's not women. All right, masturbation a little too much.
Is it something illegal?
Do you watch?
No.
Do you watch porn?
I have.
You have? Who's your favorite?
Sports Center.
Couldn't tell you that one.
What?
Sports Center?
See,
Is Sports Center your porn? Chris Berman. Chris.
Do you gamble?
Does Howard know who Chris Berman is?
No, absolutely
No idea.
How do you not know?
I'm not aware of it. Do you gamble on sports?
I have. Yeah, that could be a vice.
That could be a vice.
I could get a little careless sometimes with that.
Because I was going to ask you about a couple
Little
of
careless.
You
games.
can. What's the biggest bet you ever made?
You know, what I'll do is I like to bet seasonal bets.
Okay.
Now, there are over-under bets you can make in football and baseball.
Sure.
Where there's a number on a particular team's idea of how many wins they're going to have in a year.
Right.
Let's say the Giants' number is 9.5.
Okay.
That means they have to win 10 wins if you take the over for a bet. So I would like to do that. It keeps me into it.
I see.
And it keeps
How
me
much money
focused.
would you bet on the over? Let's say
25,000.
25,000.
He's making
For the year, though. It's
that's
for the
nothing.
year,
Yeah,
Howard.
that's
Right.
nothing.
I understand.
You think about
That's your
16
gambling
weeks,
budget.
so it's 1,000 a week.
25.
25.
I didn't do it
Gs.
this year because I was wrapped up in doing a show.
Very frivolous.
It is.
Surprised.
Let me ask
Do
you
you think
something.
that's a little
I'm
Boy,
I
I'm being
do.
too honest. I'm going to get in trouble here, for goodness sake.
I'm surprised to hear that you would put $25,000 down.
I
on
think
that.
my wife's going to be surprised, too.
Does she not know that? Do you control
she
all the
knows.
finances? Does she?
Yeah,
know
no,
what's
I
going
control
on?
the finances.
You control
you
that.
But she knows I gamble, though. I can't hide that from
You
her.
got to hide money from your wife.
What's the? Yeah, come on. You
I don't have a
money.
Swiss
Is
bank
that
account.
the only bet you make?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, usually
He's not talking about the illegal bets.
I do not go to Atlantic City, and I do not go to Vegas.
Do you have a prenup with your wife in case?
No, I do not.
If everything goes crazy,
I do not have. She's going to get half.
She's going to get half of the money, so you better stay in this.
That's why he's gambling. And everybody tells you, you know what? Say it you want. Whatever you do, stay married. It costs you too freaking much money.
It's a lot of money.
Stay. Figure out. Girlfriends, do this, do that. Stay married.
Let me ask you this: the $25,000. Who do you put that down with if you don't go to Vegas?
I got to find somebody.
You need a guy? Do you need a guy?
I'm going to get picked up here. Tony Soprano's outside.
I was going to say, if you need a guy, I got a guy.
But not yet, Tone.
So
I got ripped off $60,000.
So your father must be proud of you now.
Yeah, he is.
He thinks it was good you didn't go in the jewelry business.
Yeah, by the way,
Yes.
he's 77 years of age, so they don't have all the technological equipment.
Right.
So I guess got him wrapped up with Sirius.
Yeah.
I had the guy Richie here take care of it.
Right.
At Best Buy, he got it in his 2 cars. Now he has it in his house.
By the way,
so he's going to be on top of it.
Thank God your father's not the Giants jewelers. No rings and how long?
Thank you very much.
The Yankees, he's making money.
That's that. 1954.
Right, there you go.
Good job, Artie.
Good job.
Wait, can I ask you? I have a serious question for you.
He's got the forms out.
But wait, so you will not say the F. You will not take advantage of the fact
Try not
that
to.
we're not on terrestrial radio.
I would not try to do that.
They say that not cursing shows a intelligence. That, in other words, a lot of people, what they lack in language skills, so they resort to cursing, using foul language. You see yourself as...
I don't buy it that way. I just think it's self-control.
It's self-control.
Yeah,
You'd
I
like
wouldn't
to say
he has
you
an
can be
extensive vocabulary.
I'm actually relatively proud. I'm not one of the, I'm a nutcase. I'm goofy.
Right.
But I'm not raunchy as a sports
You're
talk
old-fashioned.
I'm not a guy talk
and when
host.
a guy challenges
I'm not a
you
guy
don't
host.
have to resort to that.
I don't get nasty with
Do
it.
you say...
He's a caller. He's
Yeah.
a client.
Do you
customer.
say... Do you ever say penis?
No, I have.
You
Well, I
would
mean,
not.
that wouldn't bother me, though.
You would say penis.
Well,
on
I
the
have
air.
kids. You got to tell them what's going on.
No,
right?
I mean, on the air, would you say penis? You'd say, that
No,
guy...
I probably
Is there
not.
any
You probably
reason to
wouldn't.
bring that up?
You
no.
would not.
No, I would
you
not.
would not bring up penis. Would you bring up clitoris?
No.
You would not.
Why in a sports concoction? Well,
Well,
where's
you
that
could say,
fit in?
boy, that Howard must have a clitoris. He doesn't even know
I'm a little surprised.
A-Rod
David
is clean.
Tyree. Do you know who A-Rod? Have you had anybody in here before?
No.
No, we haven't had
He
any.
won't come in
Jeter?
here.
Jeter,
No.
I don't know Jeter.
We
I mean, I
don't
know who
get
Jeter
many
is.
Yankees.
Have you had athletes from New York on
Yes.
here?
Lawrence
Who?
Taylor.
LT, that's a good
LT,
spot.
the great LT has been on. We've had.
I'll make you look
We've
good.
had a
Go ahead,
Dennis
ask
In the history of the show, here's some of the people who stopped by. Will Chamberlain.
That's a good spot.
Mickey Mantle has done this show.
Oh, that's a very good spot.
Bill Walton has done this show.
He's goofy. Good
Right.
spot.
Right.
LT loves the show. OJ's been on the show.
Who was
O.J.
the
Simpson's
Yankee
been on the show?
pitcher? The
Before
Yankee
he
pitcher?
David Wells. David Wells, big
used to
fan.
come
They
on.
David Wells loves
David
you.
Wells always
loves
came. What was the black guy with the one eye who used to be on the Jets?
Oh,
Wesley Walker.
Wesley Walker used to do the show.
How about
And
from
you
Roosevelt?
know who interned for us 6 months ago for a day? Antonio Pierce.
Good guy.
Good
How
guy.
about the gay giant, Sugar Bear?
Good guy.
Antonio. Was
We had him on every Mondays in the football over at FAN.
Antonio was my intern.
Nice guy.
There you go.
Wife's in the business now?
Absolutely.
So he's had some sports guys on.
We've had some legendary people.
Oh,
on.
They have to rise above their sport.
I've had on, hold it. I'll tell you some more people. Pete Rose.
That's right.
That's right.
I've had on Bill Romanowski.
Almost every
I've had-
a lot of the
disgraced
guys who've gotten themselves in some trouble.
Right.
I had Mark Messier on the show.
Oh, that's a good
John
spot.
Daly.
I had the great,
We had the
the great
Stanley
one.
Cup. Did you tell him what
Yeah,
we did to
Gretzky
the
had
Stanley
Gretzky on.
Cup?
Gretzky on was on.
Here? No,
the
it's not
other one.
on the other one.
The other one.
But what did we do to the Stanley Cup? We had it right
We had a guy
here.
take a dump in it.
Yes.
I remember that.
It's a great
That's
moment.
right.
That's a history. That's
Howard,
a
what does
historic moment.
Bill Romanowski play, and who did you play for?
Romo, they used to call him Romo. He was a football player.
For who?
Lots of
I
teams.
believe-
That's a trick question.
Okay, what teams does he have Super Bowl rings?
Well, that's he's not going to know that. Let him take a guess on one team. Played for 3 big teams. Give me one of them.
Shit.
One team.
You guys suck.
Why are you challenging
Romo played for the legendary, because everyone's legendary.
Famous team.
You're embarrassing.
Raiders.
Thank you. You're embarrassing.
Mike
Now,
Piazza.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
We've
Piazza.
had Mike Piazza.
So you've had some
We
people.
had Mike Piazza and the other gay guy, Simmons.
We had
Oh,
Benny
stop
Agbayani
it.
on.
Piazza's not gay.
What's the matter?
But we had the gay giant on, Roy Sugar Bear Simmons. You ever hear him?
Well, you said you had a serious question
He
for
fucked
Chris Russo.
Beasley. Wanted to fuck Beasley Reese.
All right, listen.
Listen, no, I have a serious
Check out.
We
I do
had
have
that
something I
gay
want.
basketball player on.
All right, yeah.
You
okay,
say when
quickly, what do you
when
want to
they
say?
when they hired you in New York, I was always curious about this. And the guy said, "Look, even in the ad, you said wanted him to sound like a New York sports fan. Did a program director, general manager ever want you to pretend you were a Yankee fan?
No, God, no.
Never. No. They never said to you, "Look, you sound like a New Yorker."
I think maybe I worried them about being sometimes a little too anti-New York.
Right.
But nobody ever said, "Hey, Chris, let's calm down here. Can you like somebody?"
Because
Nobody ever
you
said
would
that.
never. I know you'd never go for that, which is why
I wouldn't
like
agree
it.
to do it.
Right.
You buy me, you get me. You can't pretend to somebody else.
Did anybody ever try to get you to endorse a team for winning because they had a big bet on it?
No, God, no.
Nothing like that.
You have to be careful. That's the reason why I shouldn't even tell you about the occasional gamble thing.
Right.
Because then people think if you're mad at that team for losing a game and you're a little rough on him, well, you're doing it. Well, he just lost money on him.
Well,
that's the way the gambler thinks.
That's what I do here.
If you're upfront about stuff, then
yeah. See, if you're upfront about it, then you exactly.
Howard, something else that me and Russo have in common.
Yeah.
Is Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, I love Bruce.
Okay, so
Bruce guy.
I wanted least favorite Springsteen song ever, and I have a reason why I think I know.
Murder Incorporated.
Worst ever?
I don't like that.
Your
So Adam Raised a Cane.
You don't like that song?
No.
All right. One of
You
my
know these songs, Howard?
Yes.
One of my favorite.
Do you really?
One of
I
my.
was a disc jockey. Yeah, I do.
You
know,
know
this stuff.
those songs. I don't know them.
Did you go to see Bruce?
Oh, I've seen him. I saw him in Boston, Hartford twice, in the Garden.
You're a real fan.
Oh, I'm a huge fan.
Howard, you've seen him 100
I don't even mean of
times.
Springsteen. You just are a fan. You're passionate
My wife,
about people.
I got a good wife. My wife, for my birthday, October 18th, made some calls, and she got me backstage at the Garden to see Bruce. So I took Mike, so I can't hate Mike that much.
Right.
I took Mike, I took two of the guys from FAN, and we went backstage to see Bruce. And after the show at the Garden on the 17th of October, went into his dressing room. He had just taken a shower. I hugged him 4 times.
Oh my God!
Did you talk to him?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's
No,
a little.
he was
He's a
just making
sports
out
fan.
with him.
Was
So
he-
he's a little. He knew some sports.
Was he a fan of yours? Did he know of
A
you?
fan might be strong. Know of
He knew of.
is better than fan. Fan's a little
I
too strong.
recently had a conversation with him about a year ago. I met him at a party, and 2 times I met him at a party, and the first time was very awkward, and the second time we had a good 10-minute conversation.
So you had a little. He's on top of that American culture, and
Yeah.
who's
Is he your favorite? But is he better than Hendrix? Is he better than Cream? Is he better?
I don't
than,
go that. I'm not a rock historian. I know all these bands that you're referring to. I'm not a rock historian, but Bruce, to me, I was 16 years old when I
Right.
became. He was my rock and roll renaissance.
In all fairness, I didn't get to hug him at the party, so you
4 times. 4
times
I think it was a little too much.
Did you
after
think it was weird that you kept hugging him?
It's a little fruity.
What are you hugging him for?
Because I was so excited to see Springsteen.
my
Bruce, I
God.
was
Who
excited.
reached for the hug first? You? Or
I
Bruce?
did. I think the 4th time maybe a little too much. But hey, what the heck?
I
I
noticed he
think
never called you after that.
I'm surprised you didn't have one of
back to say it. That's what you mean.
I'm surprised you didn't have one of his security guys hug you a little harder.
I don't understand.
Well,
I
they're
could
all
see
sports fans.
when you hug Bruce.
Yeah.
Solid build, or was he a little soft?
Oh, he's solid.
He is
He's
pretty
solid.
Did you fall into his arms?
nice ass.
He's pretty strong. You didn't grab his ass, did you?
No, I didn't go.
Did you grab Roy Bittan? Because Roy's sexy too.
I may have wanted to. No.
I think you ought to say a curse word on your first show.
Say it now.
When you do your real first show.
You want me to say a curse word right
Go
now to
ahead. What's
get it
your
out of
favorite first? Go ahead. Do it.
Put it in a sentence. Call A-Rod a fucking asshole.
Go ahead.
No, I do the Giants because the Giants always frustrate me.
Go ahead. Do whatever.
San Francisco.
Go ahead.
God damn it, Giants! Win a game! Win a fucking game!
Wow, look at you.
All right.
Working blue.
You got it out of my system. Well, my wife heard that. Oh, jeez. Maybe she did.
You're working blue. I don't
He
know
is
if I like
working
that.
blue.
It's a little over the top.
No, but
Next thing you know, we'll be auctioning off people's virginity.
Two more things.
I heard that this morning too. Yes.
Yeah.
2 more non-sports things about him. About 10 years ago, his pick for best picture, Air Force One with Howard.
Are you
That's
kidding
not
me?
true.
That is
That's
true.
not true.
Hey,
You said movie.
Best movie of the
That
year.
was a good
Air Force
movie.
One.
Come on.
Yeah,
Did you like
Best
that
movie
movie?
of the year.
I don't know if I said that.
You
already.
did say it. You said it.
But he knocked the get off my goddamn plane.
Whatever.
It was funny. It was funny.
1992, Springsteen tours without the E Street Band.
It was 92 or 3, yeah.
And he comes on and he goes, this is my favorite moment by him. He goes,
But
I
what
don't
he
care
said-
what you say, Mike. Nobody but nobody wants to hear that 57 channel song. Play Rosalina.
You
Get
didn't
the
like
big band back.
what you were talking about when Bruce made the 57 shots?
Well, he did the leap. That was the Human Touch tour.
Yes.
Awful.
He did the two albums,
Right.
no band except for Roy
Right.
on the piano.
That's right. And that didn't turn you on.
I shouldn't say that. I went to see 10 shows at the
Do
Meadowlands.
you mind when Bruce gets political? He talks about 57 shots.
I'd rather him not, but I'll live with it.
You're voting for McCain. How about Springsteen? You know, how do you deal with that when he's Mr.
bothers
Liberal?
Me. Bothers me.
Yeah.
I have to admit, because I think, now listen, musicians and athletes, do what you do great. They don't want to hear me talking about politics on doing. They want me to do sports.
Right.
I want Bruce to play music.
No.
Do I need? I know Bruce is talking about the Living in the Future song and its magic. He's talking about how, in fact, there's the world, America's changed. There's spies out there. Bruce, FDR had concentration camps in California during World War II. He was a Democrat.
Right.
Packed the Supreme Court. He was a Democrat. It's not all Republican stuff.
So
you get the idea they don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, no.
You agree with me on that?
You're more comfortable with your music. You see what I've learned about you. You are a real fan of
whatever
life.
he likes.
A fan of life.
You get into things.
A sponge.
You're a sponge. You like to go. You like to watch. You appreciate the talents of others. It doesn't all have to be about you. You can be the guy who watches others.
Oh, absolutely.
And appreciate that. I can't be that. But I appreciate that about you.
But I know his point is nobody wants to hear a sports guy talk about
That's my point.
Talk about place in the sun for 20 minutes.
While you were making out with Bruce Springsteen, you should have hugged him and said, "Listen,
I can't.
Enough with the politics."
I can't say that. I have to give. It's Bruce Springsteen. I have to respect Springsteen.
Let me ask you something, though.
Did you
You walk into the room, Bruce is standing there, you go immediately and
4
hug
times.
him. And then you let him go.
Bruce, you mind one more time? Boom.
Oh, my God.
He handled it superbly, though.
Probably figured you were nuts.
He listens, doesn't he?
A lot of gay guys like him.
Now listen.
Oh, he's funny. Not bad.
You've never had a gay experience, have you?
No.
Never. Even when as a young boy.
I thought you said you were jealous.
No.
You're hanging around the jewelry business with your father. Guys walk in.
Never been to a Met game?
No one ever seduced you? No towel snapping incident? Nobody ever tried to jerk you off?
No. Jeez.
How many times a week are you having sex with your wife?
It varies.
2 times a week, or you're not even...
I got 4 little kids.
One time a week at least?
Yeah, one time.
And the rest is all masturbation.
He's so into sports. He's had sex with his wife 4 times.
Honey, you know the commercial, the Viagra ad, or the ad where the guy's got the tape watching sports, and he's got this beautiful girl coming down. It's like middle of the afternoon. He's debating what he should do, and he finally says, the heck with it, he's got to go upstairs with his wife. I would sit there and watch the sports.
You don't use Viagra, do you?
No.
Never.
I don't have a problem with that.
You never tried it?
No, I wouldn't.
Wouldn't try
or Cialis, all these other stupid things.
You don't do any of that.
Those ads are funny.
Listen, first of all, let me thank you.
If you've had if you're erection, well, I tell you, I'm saying things I would never say.
Jesus, erection.
Lasts for 4 hours, seek immediate medical help. That's funny. It's funny.
How about sinking 80 women?
Good, immediate help.
Check out now. One last question. So when you get criticized in the newspaper, like sometimes I would read that guy in the Daily News, he'd be hard on you.
Well, Raceman's Mushnick Post.
Mushnick was
You don't like anybody.
So would that offend you? Would that affect you?
Anybody is sensitive.
Yeah.
I don't
Did you
care
ever
who.
Call him? Did you ever say,
no,
hey,
wouldn't
listen,
do
pal?
that. He's allowed to do that. Hey, listen, I criticize him. He can criticize me.
Right.
I'll tell you.
But if anybody denies the fact, who is in my position, that something like that doesn't bother you, nobody's that thick-skinned.
Right.
Once in a while, okay, but he does pound me a lot.
What's the worst thing he ever said about you?
That I'm a mean-spirited guy.
Is that a legitimate comment?
No, absolutely not.
You are not mean-spirited.
Absolutely not.
Why do you think he thinks you're mean-spirited?
Well, this is a long time ago with me and Mike having our issues 15 years ago, and he said an employee of a co-worker of Christopher Russo WFAN says he's a mean-spirited, not say low life, but a mean-spirited guy. And the one thing I'm not is mean-spirited.
Okay.
That was
That hurt you.
That bothered me.
That bothered you.
Bothered my parents too.
Do you ever prognosticate? Do you pick the winning team?
Oh, all the time.
And do people bet money on your picks?
I hope not. But
do people generally make money on your picks?
They probably would not.
Howard, let me tell you something. You're looking at a guy.
You've been wrong.
God, yeah.
He owes me about 50 G's, and I'll tell you what. The best part of your show, and this is why...
You're going to miss it. Fridays at the picks.
Oh, my God. So what they do is they get, not even the picks, it's like... Beginning of each football season, they'll get the Jets and the Giants schedule, him and Mike, right? So they'll go through it. One of them will throw out the game, and they'll just say win or loss.
Win or loss,
right?
and you figure out the records at the end.
They'll go like at Dolphins, 0-1, at Bengals, 1-1.
Jets, yeah, that's
I'll give
it.
you that. So they'll come up with what the final record would be. And they really convince you because they go, these guys know what they're talking about. They say 9, the Jets will be 9-7.
Right.
So about 3 years in a row, I've bet the over/under on wins based totally on them.
that prediction.
Yes.
Well, you're a good sportsman. Why are you wasting that money? Why are you doing that for me?
I'm a bad gambler, and I'm like, I figure you guys know more than me, and it's really convincing. I go like 9-7. Yeah, the Jets will be 9-7.
Would you have Mike on as a guest?
You got to do that.
I guess I would do absolutely.
You would do that?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it early. Like 6 months from now.
Okay.
That's
Fair
a very
enough.
boy.
Listen, let me say.
Yeah, no, this guy. Listen to this guy.
I tell you right now, that is one hell of an interview. That's a great job.
Let's do it. Come on, man. Let's get
That's
him
a
in.
good. He did a good job.
He's always good.
All right, listen.
Russo, as a fan of Marv Albert,
I was very down on him for what he did.
have you ever visited some of the same hookers just because
No,
you're a
God,
fan?
no. With the little things on his finger.
You were down when Marv did all that stuff?
Marv also did something to Iron Eagle, our little buddy who does the CBS and he does the Nets.
Right.
Marv, when he left left the Knicks,
right.
He took the net play-by-play job and pushed Iron aside.
Right.
Marv does not need to do New Jersey Nets basketball. Iron does.
Right.
Don't do that to Iron. Let Iron do the games. Do you remember that whole thing?
That was a
that bothered me. That bothered me.
And you've never bitten a woman or put on panties or anything
You
like
don't
that?
sing show tunes.
I've given hickeys.
Yeah, I've done that. Listen, let me welcome you.
Howard, thanks for having me.
Let
I
me
enjoyed
say
it.
something now. Now I'm going to say something. Let me welcome you to our family here at Sirius Satellite Radio. I believe you're going to have the time of your life. And you are welcome here anytime. You're part of our family. This is a big leap. When you leave terrestrial radio, you're leaving something behind, but you're coming into something great. I congratulate you on your move. I think it was a smart move, and I don't think you're going to regret it. I think you're going to have a good time.
Thanks, my man.
Chris, how'd it go, man?
That was a great spot. I can't think of why I cursed. I would never do that.
Yeah,
that was a tremendous
so
spot. That was a tremendous spot. He was into it. He was peppy. How long were we up for? About an hour?
An hour.
Yeah. That was as good a spot as you ever can do. That's the best spot I've ever had. But no, listen, no commercials helps. You're in uncharted territory. I totally got into it. Totally.
That's awesome, man. So you're excited to be here?
I'm into it. Howard was into it. He got a little dicey, but we stayed basically into the main core of things. It was very good. Howard was very good at it. They got into it. You could tell it was a fun hour.
It was a good interview,
So
man.
we enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. I really did.
Okay, thanks for stopping by,
Good job.
man.
Is that Lisa? Not good?
What about Artie?
Artie is funny. Well, he's a big listener, so he knows what's going on. So he can come up with all these little digs that I've had all these years of things that he knows that he wouldn't think I know. 92 picking this, 93 Springsteen. He's got a history of me, and Howard doesn't have that, so he fills in the blanks perfectly.
Really nice to meet you, man. I've been a big fan for a long time.
I can tell you're on top of it. You were funny.
Good luck with everything.
You remind me a lot of John Belushi.
Oh, really? There you
People
go.
say that. You look like
Yeah, oh, definitely. That got me work for years.
He was into it. Didn't you think he was into it?
Dude, he loved you, and everyone's gonna love you, man. You know you're good. Just good luck with everything,
All right,
man.
baby.
I'll be
Good job.
listening.
Good job, Artie.
So, how'd you feel to be the reina of the school?
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich. We thought he was a great guest. We sort of argued whether we thought he was guilty or innocent because he was so goddamn charming. Some of us were actually swayed. Here's our one.
The former governor of Illinois, Rod
Blagojevich.
Thank you. Rod Blagojevich, who, other than having a last name that I find hard to pronounce, he came in and when I was talking about it with Howard on the air before, he's your prototypical politician, yet, and what I mean by that is he's extremely charming and can talk his way in or around anything.
Robin came in during the break, and she goes, I think I believe him. And I said, I went to John, and I said, what do you think, John? John said, I think he's a politician. I said, but, he's very charming. He seems very, very regular guy. He seems to have a feasible answer for everything. And you did bring up the point, like, okay, so where's the case?
That's the thing that keeps going through my head. I don't believe him, but if there's a case, why hasn't the government produced it? And I think that's a fair argument.
So what happens if they find him innocent of everything? Does he get to be the governor again?
I don't think so. I think the damage has already been done.
Then can he sue them? He lost the governor.
I would think he could
of a major state
because loss of income and whatever else, public.
In fact, when he's tallying that up, I'll have to tally up the income he lost because they wouldn't let him go to do "Get Me Out of Here, I'm a Celebrity."
I see Jason Kaplan itching to get in.
Well, no, I can say if he's found innocent, and I think based off everything I've read about the case, that it might not even go to trial. If that happens, then there's going to be a major repercussions for both the prosecutor Patrick Fitzgerald and the guys that impeached him without listening to any of the evidence. I mean, you can't just... I thought that was the craziest move, that they impeached him based off a bunch of hearsay, basically. And if he's found innocent, I don't know how they're going to not get in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I know what was going on in the case. I know that the tapes that they say they have, which I haven't heard, but, I don't follow Illinois politics that much. So for me, I'm like, well, 111 people can't be wrong. Wasn't it like 111 people voted to impeach him and one abstained or one...
It was an overwhelming vote, and I think he said... Wasn't he saying the one guy had a stroke or something like that? So, that wasn't...
He couldn't get the pen to the right space?
Apparently not. But, again, you're right. We don't know Illinois state politics. I know, Jason, you're up on this kind of thing. But I find it... when you're innocent, and let's assume he's innocent now, what does he do? I mean, do you write a book? Do you make money any way you can to support yourself as you're fighting your case? Or because it seems like he's, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but he's taking the celebrity and factoring that into this. Like he's making the next move if he's found guilty.
Well, he's also using his celebrity to sort of keep afloat. Again, if he's innocent, write the book, do as much as you can to keep yourself in the public eye before people forget about you, don't give a shit about you.
Now, Jason, do you think there's partisanship going on with this?
No, not from everything I've read about the case. No, actually, it sounds like the Democrats are more angry at him than the Republicans are. And I know he was implying today that this might have started, from a Republican movement to oust him. But as far as I can tell, both political parties hate his guts.
And getting back to the politician comment, I have a better example of what I meant by that. A lot of times he would say, I wish I can answer that question, but I can't, or, kind of dance around it. Yet the questions he wanted to answer, he answered. And the ones he didn't want to, he couldn't really talk about. And that's like the classic politician move to me.
Well, it depends. I mean, I guess you're right. I mean, I don't know exactly what's involved and what you're allowed to answer or not. Only he knows what he's, under indictment for and what he can and can't talk about.
And the other questions he didn't want to answer were about dating the captain of the cheerleading team in high school.
Yeah, I thought it was weird because...
Were you put off at all by that, Chase?
I mean, I would have liked to hear it, but listen, dudes don't brag. How's he going to get other chicks? If he goes in and talks about, he gives up all the details on the cheerleader, how's he going to get the next cheerleader?
Now, before Rod came in, he was being held up in the hallway. Do you know what was going on there?
No, he wasn't being held up. We were running behind. He had to sign the release, and then I noticed that. So we have two green rooms here. If when you see the door open to the studio, if you see it on Howard TV. There's a green room on the right-hand side. There's a green room on the left-hand side. So on the right-hand side was Blagojevich and his sister's girlfriend, and his PR people and all that. And on the left side, we were set up for the Sean King polygraph that never happened, which was Ed Torian. So I noticed that Mr. Blagojevich was in there talking to Ed, and it seemed like a very nice conversation. I got bombarded by everybody else, like, why is there a polygraph here? And I had to explain who Sean King was, what was going on. I was like, it's not for him. Don't worry. We're not putting him under a polygraph.
And Ed was...
Although I got to tell you, Howard's a crack-up, because he did put it out there in a very subtle way. He said to him, do you ever think about taking a polygraph? And, if he'd have said yes, then Howard would have gone, we have one right here.
But Ed was there and ready to go the entire show, to his credit.
Yeah, no, he stayed as long as I told him. But I was dying to know what they were talking about, because as he walked in, Blagojevich said to Ed, you could hear it on tape. He walks in and he goes, take care, Ed. Good luck with the wife, or say hi to the wife.
Gus in Georgia, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, thanks, guys. How you doing?
Good, Gus. How are you?
Quick question. The Blagojevich thing, Did you guys not feel greased out by the guy like he was just a total liar?
Well, it's hard to tell. Again, we don't know that much. Listen, from everything we've read, here's the thing. The smoking gun, from what little I know about it, are these tapes. So have we heard the tapes yet?
Well, the thing is that he took, the way...
No, but answer the question first, Gus. Has anybody heard the tapes where he says the things that they said that he said that the seat is for sale.
Oh, right. No doubt that it's just kind of they pick and, they're choosing what they wanted to show the prosecution. But just the fact that he wants to trade something like that for personal gain,
But how do you know? Has anybody heard the full transcript of the tape, seen the full transcript, or heard the full tape? That's what I'm asking.
No, there's a court order against all of that.
Right. So it sounds like from what they say are in these tapes that he's guilty, but nobody's heard or seen them. Why is it taking them so long to get to them?
Well, that's fair enough. They probably don't have enough of a case to bring it to court. But in the court...
Well, how much more of a case do you need? The guy's on tape, according to them, saying, I'm selling the seat.
Right. But the thing is, it's like personal gain for your office, and that's how the government, the Illinois, the assembly in Illinois looks at it. They don't have to have that burden of proof. They just have to show that there was you're using your public office.
I got it. So I'm saying, so show it and show it and prosecute the guy.
Right.
Well,
and I think that's
that's what we're saying the whole time. Like the reason why they're letting him go out there and go and sort of try to build up trust on his side. It sounds like he's guilty, but why haven't they gone yet?
And Gus, I think he did sound very slick, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's being dishonest.
Right.
Another thing that Rod said was he talked about gay marriage, and he said I guess you can explain who was in the green room and how.
Well, his sister and his sister's partner, but he said he called her his sister-in-law, which I thought was really funny. But his sister and his sister's partner are gay, huge fans of the show for ages and ages. Always thought that Howard has been very supportive, and that's who he brought with him.
And he said that he fully supports his sister and is all for gay marriage, but when it comes to the state, I forgot the wording he used, but they're not there yet.
Fred and I were just talking about that. Fred said that he felt that he called the people of Illinois stupid without saying it. I thought that he was being much fair. I didn't think it was being that unfair. I thought he was sort of saying that I think that it's inevitable that gay marriage will be allowed in this country. And I agree with Howard's comment that in 20 years down the road, we'll be like, what was the big deal? But everybody's got to sort of get there on their own. Sometimes you can't just shove it down people's throats. And what he's saying is that the people of his state aren't quite ready yet, but he feels that it's moving in that direction. But the other thing I have to tell you was he said that that's when he called her his sister-in-law. He said they went to a gay pride parade where they held up his picture with the Ghostbusters sign through it. I love that.
And he respected that.
Yeah,
on some level.
Hi, this is Richard Christie. And on Tuesday's wrap-up show, I talked all about my love for Halloween. Personally, I don't know what the hell they're talking about, me being immature and that I should grow up. And it's just something that I enjoy. I don't see a problem with it. I love Halloween. Fuck it. I'm a young at heart. So here it is. Check it out.
When you came in late in the show today, Howard basically, I wouldn't say read you the riot act, but he was like, what are you doing with Halloween? It's time to grow up. Get over it. And he seemed pretty serious about it. Did you think he was being serious?
Time to put away childish things.
Well, I'm 35. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I've been into Halloween since I was a little kid. I don't think anything's going to change. I think in 70 years, if I'm still alive, I'll be, an old man with a cane walking through the haunted houses.
John, imagine, look at him now. This is the time when he should be least into it. Now, fast forward, imagine Richard in, say, 10 years with a 5-year-old. Now he's got a reason for Halloween.
Yeah, usually the kids are what get you back into it, or that, okay, I'll put on a costume and walk around with you guys, but you don't need the kids to get you going.
No, I love it. I mean, Gary, do you get, real excited at Halloween when you take your kids out and stuff?
I hate dressing up in a costume. I think it's the biggest waste of time. When Mary and I go to a costume party, I do the least I can do. Like 1 year, the first year we got invited to our neighborhood, I put on my Mets jersey, drew a mustache, and went as Mike Piazza. I don't enjoy it.
But different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
I mean,
you asked me, and I'm just giving you my answer.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying with Howard yelling at me about it, it's like, well, I could never be into chess, which Howard is into. I could never be into Dancing with the Stars, which he said he doesn't watch anymore. more, but a lot of the stuff he's into is not my thing either, but I would never expect him not to be into it.
Right, but even so, okay, Howard's into chess, and he talks about chess a lot. But Howard doesn't come in with a chess shirt. He doesn't have chess underwear. He doesn't decorate his office with chess lighting, and he doesn't start talking about the chess championship, 6 months before it happens.
Well, yeah, you kind of have a point. I mean, maybe there's just not that much chess paraphernalia out there.
You think that's it, huh?
Yeah, I think that's it. I'll have to get him a chess shirt for Christmas.
Now, Ronnie talked about his skull shirts, and he's got like sort of a never-ending supply of those. Do you have like an unlimited supply of Halloween shirts and outerwear?
Halloween shirts, Halloween underwear. I have Halloween sleep pants, Halloween everything.
Thank God, it gives the Simpsons shit time to breathe.
What would you say is the craziest Halloween-related item you own?
Craziest Halloween-related item?
Clothing or otherwise?
Well, that's a tough one. I have a lot of Halloween socks. I love Halloween socks.
Okay.
Halloween underwear, like boxers. As far as crazy, I don't know that there. Oh, you know what I just got in the mail from Amazon? I ordered a Halloween shower curtain that came with a toilet cover and also a rug that goes around your toilet and a little thing that goes over the back of your toilet. It's all Halloween.
Do you have a fog machine?
No, because it gets sticky in the apartment and stuff. I had one when I lived in the warehouse.
That you didn't mind getting sticky.
If the warehouse got dirty, but now I'm in an apartment, I can't really run a fog machine.
And like with the Christmas lights, how long will the Halloween? Like, let's say you put up the shower curtain and all that stuff. How long will that stay up? When does that end?
November 1st.
November 1st, really?
Yeah.
It all comes down.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If Halloween falls on a Thursday or a Wednesday, I'll also celebrate the following weekend. But this year, Halloween falls on a Saturday, so it's pretty much over on Sunday because none of the haunted houses stay open the following weekend. So,
do you trick or treat?
Last time I was 19, I think. Last time I trick or treated.
Why'd you stop?
I don't know. That's a good question. I love it. I used to hang out on my buddy's porch and give away candy, and I would dress up as, I'd put on my Michael Myers mask and a jumpsuit and gloves and sunglasses so I looked like a dummy, which I literally was a dummy, but I was laying there like I was a mannequin or a dummy, and then when the kids would come up to get candy, I'd jump up and scare them. And that was a lot of fun. But as far as regular trick-or-treating, I don't know. I'm more into the mature thing, like going to haunted houses and stuff.
John in Jersey, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, I was just calling up to defend Richard, but I can't defend on him ripping his cock out around different guys. But with the Halloween thing, I mean, it's just something he enjoys doing. I mean, people have different interests. That's something he likes to do,
So you think Howard was wrong for telling him to grow up?
Well, no. I mean, Howard does a lot of foolish things. Every 9 seconds, I'm sure he has to go out and wash his hands and use antibacterial stuff. I mean, but with the Halloween, that's just something he enjoys. A lot of different people enjoy different things, and that's what Richard enjoys.
Right on, buddy. Thanks.
Hey, no problem.
Is it hard to find a lot of other adults into Halloween, or is it not that uncommon?
No, it's a very common thing. I mean, I know tons of people that are into that, and there's conventions that I go to. There's haunted house conventions, and you even have one of your relatives owns like a haunted bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's funny too.
Yeah, it's a huge thing these days.
I think it's interesting that you're into it and stuff, and I'm not against you being into it, but I would think that if I knew a grown-up who was at it to Halloween who didn't have kids, they'd be at the top of my pedophile watch list.
It's nothing to do with that. It's just enjoying the season and this time of year. Like, it's the same as enjoying Christmas, which Christmas is right up there for me, too. I just love that time of year. I love horror movies and heavy metal. Like, my favorite heavy metal singer is King Diamond, and he has a song called Halloween. And every one of his albums are about ghosts and creatures and stuff, and I love that stuff.
David in California, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, hey, Richard he takes Halloween to the extreme just like he takes all the gay shit to the extreme. The bottom line is there's people like myself that are, normal guys that, Halloween when I was a kid was always a time of like freedom, the night. So I like to decorate my yard, and I first started when I didn't have kids, and now I do. And it's just a great time. It's great to see the kids come up and get scared, and they're enjoying it. And I'm thinking they're enjoying it like I did when I was a kid,
Well, David, I think the difference and the point Howard was trying to make is Richard's wearing Halloween shirts every day for months. I mean, it's not like on that day all of a sudden it all comes out. It's almost an obsession with Richard. And again, we're not judging it. We're just telling you how it is.
And I even have dreams. I have nightmares where in my nightmare I forgot to celebrate Halloween.
There was no Halloween.
Yeah, and I'll wake up. In my nightmare, I wake up Halloween morning and I'm like, holy shit, I forgot to celebrate Halloween. And it's such a bummer. And then I'll wake up and realize, it's September 5th and I still have time. So
that means you're gay.
Were you ever sick, or was there ever a reason why you had to miss Halloween?
I got sick at Halloween Horror Nights, Universal last year, but I was a trooper, and even though I threw up like 5 times, I still made it to all the haunted houses.
I'm sure everybody in the houses were thrilled that you were there.
I was scarier than the monsters, the noises I was making.
Hey, what's up? It's Jason, and on Wednesday's wrap-up show, a bunch of us, all the guys in there, were talking about the dinner Howard may have and how we all wanted to go or wanted to invite ourselves or were upset that we weren't invited. Everybody that is except JD, I'm not really sure what his opinion was because I didn't really understand a word that came out of his mouth. But maybe you guys can figure it out. Check it out.
Artie wants a boys' night out, but Howard wonders if he's just going to be on the phone the entire time, and JD gets recruited for the boys' night out as well. But
he did? So we're up to how many people?
Well, Howard asked him, but JD didn't respond.
There was really no official answer or anything. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Well, he asked you.
Yeah. Well, okay. I take that like sort of half serious.
Why?
I don't know if he necessarily actually wants me there.
He asked you point blank.
But that's on the air. We'll see what happens off the air. Something happens.
He doesn't talk to anybody off the air.
Well, whatever. Well, okay. We'll see. It's still they don't even know when they're doing it.
What's going to happen off the air?
I'm not saying. I'm just. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's.
He asked you on the air. If you're not there, he's going to go, "Where's JD?" And I'm going to go, "I don't know. He didn't take it seriously."
No, well, first of all, I have to be told. Listen, no plans have been made. So until that is done. If I get the plans known to me or something, then I'll go, I guess.
Doesn't sound like you really want to go.
I'll go. That's fine.
Would you enjoy it?
Sure.
Did you enjoy the last one?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was sitting next to Sal. It was a good dynamic of Sal talking.
Do you eat the fancy food or do you not like it?
No, I eat I eat Nobu food.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, because some people don't like seafood.
Well, I mean, but fancy. Listen, I'm not a particular a fan of fancy food, but I mean, you know what? The problem I have with whenever I've eaten at nice restaurants is the portions. The portions seem very. I mean, they seem small, but after you eat it, you seem okay. But man, you look at a little strumpet or something, and it's like. And the fancy plates, whatever. That's just me.
So
that's just me being uncultured, I guess.
So you're a quantity guy, not a quality guy. Is that what you're saying?
No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I seem like I should be, or not should be, but when you're looking at the fancy food and it's less quantity, then I become quantity. But after I eat it, I become quality. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore.
Neither do we.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear this tomorrow.
We should also talk about whether people are lobbying to come to the dinner, because I know I can tell you.
Who has lobbied so far?
Well, I got an instant message from Jason that was sort of ha ha ha. You know what I mean?
Boy.
But he's like, Will and Jason, I would really like to go. And I said, but if he says no to Will, then just have me come. It was a joke. It was a joke.
You sure
it was like, if you can't get both of us, then get me in.
So it was one of those jokes, but also asking to be included in the dinner.
I got the impression that they would like to come. But for Jason, I got the impression he'd like to come no matter what. And I think I know Will well enough where Will would like to come if he were invited, but is not looking to come if he's not invited. That's just Will's personality. Will's like, I'd love to come, but like, I'm not going to fucking beg you to go.
So wait, are you saying Jason's looking to come even if he isn't invited?
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And then I'm waiting for Sal. Sal hasn't approached me yet. Usually what happens...
Well, isn't Sal basking in the glory of being the hit at the last dinner?
Right. And then Shuli comes to me, and he's interviewing me for Howard 100 News, and he goes, well, since Sal was such a hit at the last one, certainly be invited to this one. I go, yeah, but you're forgetting all the stuff that happened between that one that wasn't at the dinner. He didn't get invited to the wedding. He didn't get invited to a lot of parties. That was all since then. And usually what will happen is if it depends on who the guest list is, but say if it were me, Fred, and Artie, and Howard, that'd be one thing. But if JD's in there, then Sal will come to me and he'll just shut the door and he'll go, did I do something wrong? He's almost like Costanza. Should I have not done that? Because if anybody told me that was wrong, I wouldn't have done it. So, and then I think he can get like that.
But I mean, we're also assuming that this is just going to be show people. I mean, this is Howard's. I mean, Howard has friends, he's got like Ross and Richie Notar and all these other guys.
I got to tell you right now, I was looking for just dinner with me and Howard. I figured we'll just go have a quick dinner early in the afternoon, early in the evening. I'll be home in time. We both have to be in bed early. And then it turned into like a bigger thing.
Well, did you think this is Howard's way of saying he doesn't want to have dinner just with you?
No, I didn't think so. Because we've had dinner alone before, and then sometimes we've had dinner with people.
Did anybody else lobby besides Jason?
Not so far. He was the first.
And only.
But he won't be the last. I can guarantee you he will not be the last.
So, Jason, you blatantly lobbied with an IM?
Yeah.
Posing as a joke?
No, I wasn't a joke.
I thought it was
I was being dead serious.
Oh, I thought it was sort of ha-ha,
No, I would have wrote ha-ha afterwards. No, you know what happened? Real quick, when Will and I first started here, Gary did an amazing thing and set up a dinner with the two of us and Howard and KC. And we were both 22 at the time. We had both just started here, and we were both starstruck / scared out of our minds. So we blew it. I mean, we sat there in silence pretty much the entire dinner. And for 8 years, I was always hoping to get a second shot.
It was one of those things where the guys that started working for us, they were doing an amazing job, and I kept telling Howard that. And I go, you should get to know them better. And he said, okay, let's go out to dinner. But they're right. It was just me and Howard talking while they watched.
We sat on our hands and didn't say a word. And not that, listen, if I went out again, I'm sure I'd be a dud. But we missed out on the last big dinner Howard put together that he would, describing on the air when everyone just kept saying, oh, JD wants to go, sure, throw him in. And I didn't say anything. And so I'm saying something this time.
You should have like an audition dinner first.
Who do I get? Who would audition me? Like, who do I have
or
to sit
a practice dinner? I don't know. Like Gary could. I don't know.
Here's the problem. You can't. There's two dinners. There's one where Howard's there, and one where Howard isn't. Because when Howard's there, it's almost like the Last Supper, and he's Jesus. Like he's the focal point of everything. Not for me. Like I like going out to dinner with him and hanging and stuff. But if it gets to be 10 people, there are other people who are gonna cram around him and try to get his ear.
So would you, Gary, since you gave the initial invitation, would you rather limit it to the fewer the people, the better experience you're going to have? Because it went from you and Howard to you, Howard, and Artie, and then Fred got in the mix today. You know what? And now JD, may go if he wants to.
I don't know if the invite is that. I don't know if whatever. Sorry, go ahead.
What?
If the invite was that serious, sure, yes, I'll go. But, I mean, I'm sure there are other more important people that he wants to take. Anyways, move on.
How will you know if it's serious? Like, what would be a serious?
If I'm told the information.
Yeah, before you came in, we talked about this. He's saying if he got invited off the air, it would be more sincere, for lack of a better word. What were you saying, Gary?
No, I'm sort of more like I did it for, probably 50% because I like to have alone time with Howard. Like once every 2 years we go to dinner. And the other 50% was sort of like, as a nice gesture, like him saying, hey, Beth's gone, I got nothing to do. And I thought, well, maybe it'd be nice if I asked him to go out to dinner.
And you weren't aware that Artie had made the same gesture, correct?
No, I wasn't. But, I mean, it's all good. I mean, we could that'd be great. But, there's me and Howard out to dinner. There's me, Howard, and Artie out to dinner. And then there's 25 people and Howard out to dinner. It's just a different dinner. Hey, I'd still go.
I know it's, it's like sincere. And it's like, and everyone feels the same way. And also, it's maybe you're beyond this, but it's always good for your career. Like Howard's in charge. But doesn't it also feel like a little gay that we want to so much go to dinner with Howard?
But I don't. I ask him to go to dinner once every 2 years.
But I think, well, maybe not to you.
And
I think to a lot of people, it's like so important, and it's important to me too. But there's a part of me, it's like, oh my god, it's so gay.
Well, speaking of someone who asked to be invited to the dinner, I would say it's not like it's so important. Like I have to be at dinner with Howard, but like I said, there's 8 years between our first dinner and now, and look, the time's running through the sand glass. I mean, the hourglass here. Yeah. You know, how many other opportunities are you going to get?
I think, like, I like being with Howard. I think the actual joy of it, though. I mean, I like him. I like you guys. I like everyone here. But the joy of it is not as big as the pain of not being invited. That's bigger.
Yeah, we should ask Scott the engineer how that pain is, because he has yet to be invited to any dinners.
I think he's developed a callus to pain.
Yeah, Jason, you're complaining about Scott never had that opportunity.
I'm not complaining. I just threw my hat in the ring. I didn't want to sit on the sideline like I did last time. That's all.
Maybe you could have a dinner with like a table, and then like people like tables around the table. You know, there could be an inner table.
I'll tell you what, if I get invited, I'm going to be on time. That's all I know. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to order quickly. I'm going to eat my food.
I feel like the way Jason described it, it's almost like as a rookie, he went to the Super Bowl and didn't win, and he's never been back since.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now he's a veteran.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, my career's coming to an end here.
Right.
Let's move.
I need to get back to the Super Bowl.
But isn't this would you say this lobbying is hurting or helping Jason's cause?
Well, I don't think it matters. I think it's one of those things where if Howard heard it, he'd probably react to it in a positive way. He'd probably go, you know what? I thought of Jason, but yeah, you invite those guys. And then he'd go, Jesus, now it's me, you, Artie, Will, Jason, JD, Fred. I mean, Jesus Christ, now it's the fucking Last Supper.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, we end up talking a lot about autographs. Artie, Gary, Greg Fitzsimmons, myself, we were all debating what makes it worthwhile to go up to someone and ask them to sign a piece of paper. And naturally, everybody had very strong opinions about it. And speaking of strong opinions, Ralph then called in, and the two people that people love the most to hate on this show, Greg Fitzsimmons and Ralph Sorella, got into a little argument. Here we go.
Tracy in Virginia.
Hey, guys. When Howard was talking about when he gets irritated when people ask for his autograph, you got to think, man, of the person side of you. I understand he's famous and he probably gets, bothered a couple times each day. But you think about like a normal person who just happens to be in the right place at the right time and runs into Howard Stern on the street. And then not only that, but has to get up the nerve to talk to him and ask him for an autograph. To be rebuffed it's like asking a girl to the prom and having her tell you to go,
Well, why
go
do you
screw
think you
yourself.
have to get up nerve? Because it's inappropriate.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I can answer a lot of this because I've been with Howard for a long time, and we've gone through a lot of discussions regarding autographs. Like I get him to autograph some stuff, some pictures, and he hates doing it. And I think that this comes from his family, especially his mother, that autographs are a frivolous thing. He's never liked autographs. One time Jackie, Fred, and I gave him for his birthday, like nothing special, but it was a Mo Howard autograph. It was a picture of the Three Stooges. He loves Mo, and he goes, and I can tell right away he didn't like it. And even when if I talk about like I have a bunch of sports paraphernalia in the man cave that's autographed, he goes, autographs. I don't get it. He wouldn't get it if he were Howard the Garbage Man. It has nothing to do with his celebrity. He just thinks that autographs are frivolous.
Well, it's irrational because he's good at talking. He does a great radio show that he works his ass off on, and then he gets very little free time. And now, during that free time, at any random moment, he could be talking to Beth about, one of his relatives being sick, or you could be in the middle of a fight, and then you got to stop down, be cheery, and do something that it's not even what you do. You got to sign something.
But you could say that of anybody who gets asked for an autograph.
Clearly, Jason is fat.
No, but as a fat guy, I have an opinion on this. It's it's not so much for asking the first time, because Howard could just say no. I think it's the people that won't take no for an answer. That's what's fucking obnoxious.
You opinionated tub of lard.
It also depends upon the circumstance. I mean, Howard talked about he was at a school event with his daughter. You got to pick your spots.
And it's not. It's also Howard saying no, but then he's like he knows people are like saying, well, what an asshole when he says no. So, like, does he have the right to say no? Of
course he has the right to
Yeah,
say that.
I got turned down when I was about 12 years old. I got turned down by Alan Alda for an autograph. And to this day, I still think he's an asshole for doing it.
I mean, right? It could have been, and it could have been. It just could have been. Alan Alda could have been having a ridiculously shitty day.
Yeah. Right.
And but
or
you're right.
you
It
were a
sticks,
very ugly 12-year-old.
it sticks with you for life.
But how's Alan Alda having a shitty day?
Yeah.
Match didn't get picked up for a 28th
Who says
season?
no to a 12-year-old girl for an autograph?
Ma'am, Alan Alda's an asshole, but not because he turned you down.
Tracy, are there any
You're right.
circumstances?
I grew up in the same hometown as him, so people were always like, "Boy, you think Hawkeye and he's all like happy-go-lucky." Guy was like a total dick sometimes.
Oh
You
yeah,
wanted to
people
try to
really
talk
should
to him.
try much harder to maintain their television persona during their real lives.
I mean, Tracy, is there any
for your approval?
You're like one of those people who goes up to Carol O'Connor and says, "Say nigga."
Is there any
Say fag.
Is there any situation where it's inappropriate to ask for an autograph? Then, according to you, or should everyone just?
You have to look at it. All right, I'm not a celebrity, obviously, but you got to look at it, man. When you finally freaking get to see somebody that you like, and then you just want to stare at them, but then when you actually get the balls to go up and say, hey, I like what you do, and they pretty much tell you to go screw yourself, and it's not like
Well, what
they're
do
in
you
the
do for a living,
proctologist's
Dingbat?
office.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a graphic artist.
So okay, so say somebody.
I'm a graphic artist.
So say somebody recognizes your work. What do you work on? Comic books or video games?
No, I work on a real estate magazine.
Oh, that's awesome. So somebody recognizes a house that you've written for sale on the side of, and they come up to you while you're talking to your child, and you're having a real moment where your child has just said, "Mommy, I really love you."
You're
but
taking
I'm
the
gay."
soap out of your child's mouth.
And someone comes up to interrupt
A 12-year-old
you.
Alan
But Greg, you're bringing up the worst case scenario. A lot of times people are just walking down the street, and what about that? Why don't you use that as an example better? Howard's walking down the street. He's not doing anything, but it's still his time.
It's his
Yeah,
time, and
I
he works
guess you're
hard
right.
for it. It's not.
I guess you're right, but it's still to me that's part of the price of being celebrity.
Summer of '88, I'm on Bleecker Street with my friends at the back fence.
Oh, no.
I walk out. I'm 19, on every pill ever made by a pharmaceutical company, and a lot of booze. And I see a mulleted Gary Dell'Abate.
True story.
Walking down the street, my buddy Joey Truncal goes, "That's Gary Dell'Abate," and I turn around, and 2 inches from Gary's face, he has a woman on his right arm. I say, "Baba Booey!" And Gary just made a look and rolled his eyes and kept walking.
But isn't that great on your date when that happens?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what level.
I got you laid that night, motherfucker.
I hope so.
Well, I want to turn this question around to Greg. Greg, so you're saying under no circumstance should anyone ever ask for an autograph?
No, I think after a show, like a stand-up show, perhaps if Howard were to go to a screening, a public event where there is a sense of him interacting with the public as an extension of his job. But if he's having a moment where, like Gary said, walking down the street, sitting at a restaurant, should he always just be available? Because to me, he can't be good on his show if he comes in exhausted and he hasn't had some downtime. So, let him recharge without having to necessarily be a fucking puppet for a bunch of people that want some contact so their lives don't seem as empty.
I know most of us in here know this, and I don't know how many. Probably a lot of the audience knows it. But Richie Wilson and I were talking about this the other day. I love what Steve Martin does. And at first, when Richie Wilson first heard about it, he said he thought it was douchey. And then when I showed him what it actually said, Steve Martin does not sign autographs, but he gets asked all the time. So he carries business cards. And if you ask him for his autograph, he pulls out a business card, and it says, "This is to certify that you had a close encounter with Steve Martin, and he was a nice guy."
That's great.
I think it's some cool.
Yeah.
But now no one else can do that because he does that.
I saw him in the park the other day, and I asked to take a picture with him. I didn't get the card.
Oh, really? You should have asked for the card.
Or a picture, because I didn't have a camera, and he
I
didn't
know. I
either.
saw him in the bike shop in my neighborhood when I lived on the west side. I should have.
Well, I asked if he had a camera on him.
The card would be great.
Ralph Sorello, welcome to the
Everyone
wrap-up
has
show.
a cell phone camera.
Hey, now.
Hey, Ralph.
I'd like to talk about this autograph thing. I don't see, Greg, I don't see why you're just so nasty to that woman, calling her a dingbat and insulting her and she has an empty life, because if she runs into somebody famous, an autograph would mean something to her and it'd be kind of a special thing.
Ralph,
I get that, and I think it's part of celebrity.
Can I ask you a question, honestly?
Let me just finish for a sec. And I think it's part of being a celebrity. I mean, getting your picture taken and all of this. I mean, some people might not like doing it. Some people might. You know what I mean? But
is it possible that some people become famous as an extension of them being very talented and finding the right occupation and excelling at it, but it not being what they signed up for? To sign autographs and
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Ralph, Greg, a lot in the sense that there's a lot of occupations that you love to do, and you may not sign up for every aspect of it. But if you love 90% of it, then you have to take the other 10%
Why?
with it.
Can't you just do the 90?
No, but see, that's your
I don't like
slacker.
waking up early, but I love this job, so I wake up early and come here.
Why do you have to do the other 10%?
Because it's part of the job.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, your job is to entertain people and to put material out on the airwaves that people will pay to listen to.
Okay, so in answer to that, you're right. It's not part of the job. But then don't be disappointed if you end up on websites that people call you an asshole.
I also said if someone asks, you should do it. I just, as a philosophy, feel that it is an imposition and it's beyond. I feel like a lot of people that are famous actually, believe it or not, are very awkward socially in their personal life. Like one very famous person we all know.
That's a huge revelation. That doesn't mean you can't stop and fucking sign your name on a piece of paper, wherever the fuck it is.
So you should make somebody who you really enjoy uncomfortable. You should
But it doesn't
destroy
always,
a moment for them, for yourself.
It doesn't always do that. Some people do like doing it. Some celebrities enjoy it. Maybe it feeds their ego, or maybe they just
Then
say,
they should do it.
Or maybe they just say, this is great. But you're just figuring that anytime you ask somebody for an autograph, it's an imposition.
Didn't say that. I said that when they're at a public event, when it's a media event, when it's associated with them promoting whatever it is that they do for a living, then it's part of the job. But when they're sitting in a restaurant...
let's go down Greg's okay autograph list. The bottom line is you look like an asshole, and
Ralph, can I ask you something seriously?
You have the right not to do it,
No,
but
Ralph,
you look like an asshole.
Honestly, the last 3 or 4 times I've been on the show, you've called in and been really hostile to me, and I'm wondering if there's something underneath it. Honestly.
No,
honestly. Don't fucking hide from it because there's something going on. You don't normally talk to me like this, and every time you call in, you got a big fucking problem with me, and I don't know what it is.
No, I'm reacting to something you said.
No, you're not. You're calling in to bust my balls again and again. Like somehow I must have offended you. I must have said something you didn't like, and now you got this little hair on your asshole, and you call in like a little bitch, and you say shit to me every time. What is it?
No, well, I think in general, honestly,
here it comes. Now you're going to be honest. I have to drag it out.
Yeah, no, you don't have to drag it out. You don't have
yes,
to
I
drag
did,
anything out.
because you weren't going to say anything.
No, but it's a larger thing. I think in general you come off bad on the air, you come off whiny, and you come off like an asshole, and that's what I said last time.
Yeah.
When we were talking about all this stuff, and I just said, well, maybe you're just an asshole. I mean, with all this trouble you have, you're getting in fights on the street over because somebody waved at you the wrong way or something.
Yeah.
And you were just talking about this autograph thing, and I think you're way off. You're insulting this caller who's a subscriber who pays money, and you're putting that woman down. I just think you're being an asshole.
So you're the police of decorum on the Sirius network.
I'm the
Howard really
judge.
shouldn't. We shouldn't. Let's not respect Howard and Baba Booey's decisions on who should be on the show. Let's listen to the fucking dresser, the Ramon clone, who calls in because he sits naked in his fucking bed all day with nothing to do, and then decides to be the police for Sirius.
I have a robot. I'm not naked.
A photo with me? You're amazing. You're such an important, integral part of this network. Thank you for letting me know where I should be as a performer on the Sirius network.
Artie, I'm serious. I really want a photo with you.
No,
not now.
I don't think I'm doing that. I'm just commenting. You're putting yourself out there, and but don't worry, I don't want an autograph from you.
Lisa G is here. She's got some update from the Howard 100 newsroom. Let's find out what Lisa's up to. Lisa, come
Lisa
on.
Glassberg takes shit.
What do you have for us? Don't hold out.
All right. Howard Stern, another bathroom scandal hitting the Stern Show.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Sirius XM employee Troy Henson walked into the main employee bathroom on the 36th floor yesterday morning and witnessed a shocking spectacle. Richard and Sal both crammed into a bathroom stall with the door wide open, both peeing into a toilet bowl that had the seat still down. Troy says they were peeing all over the seat.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, really, what is going on? What?
Sal tells Howard 100 News he was peeing in a stall when Richard nudged into the stall to join in. The stall was too tight for the two of them, so midstream, Sal ran into the handicap stall. Richard then followed Sal into the handicap stall. Sal says he didn't have time to lift the seat up because he was midstream, so the pair peed all over the seat.
God, people got to, come on, that's just so wrong. I mean, honestly, am I overreacting here?
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, people
disgusted by those two.
I mean, like, people go, we have one bathroom here. People go into it, and you're going to piss all over the freaking seats? Did they clean it up? Not that you know what? I almost rather see the pee there so I know not to sit on the freaking thing.
Sal said that he did.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure they hit things other than the seat, like the floor and everything else, the back of the wall.
Come on,
Did
Sal.
it clean it all?
Sal, you're being an asshole, man. That's just not cool.
Did you hear the story? I was in the stall.
But why don't you lift the seat? Oh, I see. Then you ran to another stall.
Richard comes into this tiny stall. I can hardly fit myself in there, and he just comes in and he has
Why don't you lock the door?
Well, when you're taking a leak in I have to leak in a toilet because I have to wipe my foreskin. Like it's like a similar to
okay.
So I go to a toilet bowl. Richard comes in, and I'm not blaming Richard. We pee together, but he had to come in and pee with me in this tiny stall.
You're not blaming Richard. Who are you blaming?
Well, I'm not blaming Richard for peeing with me, but it was odd that he had to share a tiny stall with me at that moment. That was a little peculiar. So
why does he have to pee with you? I mean, really, what's going on, man? What is going on?
You have to ask him.
Why don't you pee with him sometime?
Well, he waits.
But what is that with you guys?
I don't know.
That's so fucking gay, quite frankly.
Well, I couldn't fit in the stall, so when he started peeing, it was splashing all over the place. So I grabbed my pecker and I ran over to the big stall.
Yeah, but guys, you're pissing all over seats where people have to use a bathroom. Come on, man.
I'm not deliberately doing it. He nudged his way in.
I know we're the Howard Stern show and we're wild and crazy and all that, but that's just fucking gross.
I agree with you, but he nudged.
What are you doing?
And we weren't doing it to be wild and crazy. Nobody was even in there.
Why are you going into his stall? Why can't you go pee by yourself?
I just like being with him. We talk about stuff.
Oh my God, you're fucked up, man. I know you're trying to be funny now.
No, it's not a funny thing. I just love doing stuff with Sal. We go to.
But Richard,
But you're running from stall to stall, peeing all over everything.
taking your podcast. I mean, this is absurd.
Well,
here's the bottom line. You two are not to pee together anymore. Period. It's over.
Oh, that's stinks.
Shit.
All right.
You're going to fight for that?
No.
That's important to you to see his cock every day? You fucking asshole.
Howard TV, the bonus show, loved it so much they do a segment on it.
All right, listen to me.
Crossing Streams.
I don't care about the bonus show.
Okay.
I don't care about the two of you and your hijinks. Listen,
Not a
we're about
problem.
being funny on the air. This is off the air. It's where people have to pee. They have to sit on those seats. It's over.
We clean everything
Richard,
up, even the floor.
how did you clean it? How did you clean
With
the seat?
toilet paper.
Yeah. What does that do?
What about the residue?
It cleaned it up really good.
What about like putting some ammonia down on there to kill off the fucking shit in your urine? I don't want to sit on your urine.
Hey, Howard, when Richard cleaned the toilet with me with the toilet tissue, Brian Phelan was taking a shit in the next stall, and Richard threw it over, and it landed on Brian.
Okay,
See,
all right,
now
look.
urine is flying
So you threw
all
urine on the guy.
No, I wetted a different paper towel, made him think it was urine.
You didn't.
No, I didn't throw the one with
You did.
urine at Brian.
Sal.
Brian knows I didn't.
I'm sorry, buddy. I was right there. It was hilarious. Brian got a kick out of it.
Bullshit, you did too.
It was hilarious, but it's
All
wrong.
right. Listen, you guys are a scream.
Thanks.
I'm telling you right now, because you guys make me have to be daddy around here. I'm the crazy man. I'm the wild man of radio, and you're forcing me to be fucking rational.
Because you can't be throwing your bodily fluids around.
Yeah, that's it. You're going too far. You're going too far. We're getting into a dangerous area. You're not hearing me.
Oh, I am.
No, you're not.
It's a done deal. We're never peeing together ever again.
Well, can we go to the main bathroom together and
Shut
just
up,
not in the
Richard.
same stall? Or?
Yeah. I don't. As long as you're not in the same stall, and you got to lift the seat no matter when you pee. And you don't have a foreskin. You piss in a freaking urinal like a man.
You said you pee sitting
Yeah,
down.
because I've got a problem. I'm embarrassed. You're not embarrassed about your penis. You want to show it to people. I don't want men seeing my penis.
Why not?
Because I don't think it looks good. It's not big enough. I'm embarrassed and ashamed. You don't have that fucking problem.
But mine isn't that big either.
Yeah, but you don't have a problem with it. You're proud of that fucking little piece of shit on the...
Can you believe you're having this
Yeah, I
conversation?
mean, come on. This is a conversation you have with a 5-year-old. This is what a 5-year-old talks to you about. A young boy who just learned how to use the toilet.
Why?
Why can't I pee over here with Sal?
I bet your penis doesn't look that bad.
Oh, he wants to see you.
Come on,
wouldn't
Richard.
look bad in my
Are you following me at all?
I am. I swear. Yeah,
You understand what I want?
We won't pee in the same stall ever
Yeah,
again.
and
I
what are you
promise.
going to do with the toilet seat?
Lift it. I always lift it.
And do me a favor. You piss in a urinal.
Okay.
All right? Because I know you can.
But it splashes on me sometimes.
That's
in
all
the
right.
urinal.
It's fine. Better, since you're worried about it splashing, you're throwing in your urine on Brian Phelan.
Yeah, what do you care if it splashes
Right.
on you?
You don't even wash. So, I mean, like, what's the difference? If the urine's on you. You're fucking nuts. You're a goddamn hillbilly. Fucking hillbilly.
I'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah.
You're a goddamn hillbilly. Fucking hillbilly.
Yeah. That's what you are. There's no sophistication.
I'm sorry.
And you know what I resent the most? My image is that I'm crazy.
Right.
So you guys come in and start pissing on each other, and I got to be like the sane, rational daddy.
We're boosting your crazy meter.
No, fuck off, Sal.
No, I mean,
Asshole.
I didn't mean it like that.
Come on, man. Crazy meter. You're the crazy ones now. I don't seem so crazy.
And that's outside of here, too. That's taking that out into the
no, this is
the
a big joke to you.
regular-
We would
do it
Where
in-
all the other employees have to be. This is disgusting.
It's just gross. You have to
here.
have respect for us. I'm talking about your fellow workers.
You know, Howard, if the stall wasn't so tight in Richard's defense, I wouldn't have
No,
ran
I
out.
don't want you in the same stall. There's no reason for it. The guys who are gay lovers don't piss with each other. This is bizarre. Come out of the goddamn closet if that's your fucking problem. Suck each other's dicks and stick your dick in his ears. I'd
Honestly.
be prouder of you if you did that. Instead of living this closeted life.
For the right amount of money, we'd probably do.
No,
Yeah, I
I
know you
wouldn't.
would.
Not me.
I mean, the people who use the bathroom, I know you find this hard to believe, aren't interested in your shtick.
No, we weren't doing it for anybody else.
That's even sicker.
Well, I kind of did. I thought it might be kind of funny if I slid in that little stall next to Sal. I kind of did to surprise him.
Yeah, but you know what? Enough with the surprises. It's over.
Around your pee.
Yeah. Go back there and create. You got a whole office.
Oh, we do. We're
Have
doing
a blast at work.
We're
every
doing
day.
calls right now.
Good. Now you're talking. That's turning me on. Not pissing on each other.
Well, that we do pee. You have to pee on a daily basis, but
Yeah, but you
unfortunately,
don't have to pee in the same stall.
Right.
Come on. This
We
is where
don't.
people work.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Well, Sal, when you worked as a stockbroker, did you pee with other guys in the same stall?
No, but I didn't have guys barrel into the stall that I'm taking a leak in to pee with me.
But wouldn't you? If I'm peeing in a stall, right? The first time a guy opens the door, I'll be like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
No, instead.
It's his lover, Richard.
Instead, let's go find a bigger toilet so we can pee together. And by the way, I mean, I don't even know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. We know.
And you've
got it.
chosen to pee with Richard lots of times.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
act like
Oh,
you're
no, I'm not.
You barrel in on him.
Oh yeah, well, we go together. We plan it. I mean, if
Right.
I have to take if Richard has to take a whiz, he holds it in, waiting for me to take a.
Good. Then go to separate areas and pee. It's not normal what you're doing.
And honestly, too, one of the reasons we pee together is because we talk about ideas while we go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
always
You know what?
talking.
You know what? You can take the 1 minute out of talking about ideas.
You know, the world can wait for your
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, what's the joke? Why is it funny?
I don't know. It's not that funny to me. I just think it's endearing that Richard would like to urinate with me.
Yeah. Okay.
But we don't just
Why don't you
urinate.
just shit on each other?
We get coffee together.
No, I understand that, but the urine gets on the seats, and other people have to deal with it. And you just swiping it with a toilet paper isn't going to solve the issue. I'd vomit if I knew I just sat on your fucking pee. You're just not being fair to people. It's just wrong. And now I know Ross Zapin is petrified to go in there. It's from assholes like you. And I go in these public bathrooms. I see people spraying the shit all over the place. I mean, you guys are just animals. It's not fair.
I would never spray shit in.
Yeah, but who knows what you do in there that you think is normal? Because you think this is normal. It's not. A drop of pee on. You know what I do? I'm mortified if I piss on the porcelain because I care about other people. I don't want that. I don't want you doing that to other people. You're the reason. I'm the reason you're here, and you're pissing all over people's toilet seat where they got to sit. And I got news for you. If I was some dude from one of the other channels who doesn't even know you two, I'd fucking take you and bash you into the fucking wall. I'd beat the shit out of you. I'm just saving you a lot of aggravation.
Yeah, we didn't mean to, offend or hurt anybody.
Well, you are hurting people. You're offending everyone. It's ridiculous what you two are up to. It's ridiculous. You're two grown men. I mean, what are you doing? This is nuts. Are
It
you
never
crying?
occurs to you that other people are here. It's not your bathroom.
It's not, it's piss. And they don't know what you have. Are you crying?
No.
You look like you're fucking crying.
No.
That's my piss, Howard.
Yeah. All right. Come on, man.
We got it loud and clear, and we apologize.
All right. Yeah, really. Come on. It's too much. I mean, I don't have to use
Do
that
you
bathroom.
believe you have to be told things like that? Like you don't understand the gravity of it until you're told?
Well, this is an extenuating circumstance because of the tight stall and me running midstream. We've never peed on a toilet seat.
No, I'm sure nothing sprays up by accident while you guys are fidgeting around with each other's cocks.
No, and we're not the ones to blame for splattering crap all over the toilet in the back. We still have to find that cocksucker.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
You care.
I do care.
Yeah.
I don't want to catch somebody.
Come on, guys. You're doing good work. Come on. What are you doing? You're going to fuck up. You're fucking up. You got a good deal here.
Great deal.
We love it here, Howard. We don't.
I mean, Mel Karmazin sitting on your pee. And I know you guys think that's funny.
No, I don't think that's not him.
I'm going to bring Mel down and tell him how he feels about sitting on your pee.
That's not funny.
All right. Think about that. Think if Mel had walked in and seen that.
Oh,
all right.
Geez.
He'd fire you. All right, no more of that.
Done deal, pal.
Good. Come on, use your brains out there. Come on, I know you'd like to be the wild guys and make that fun, but not at other people's expense.
We did wipe it, but I understand.
You wiped
We didn't leave it. We wouldn't leave pee there.
No, but the fact is there was pee on there.
Yes,
and
there
just because you wipe it down with a dry towel doesn't mean shit.
And then Nutcase over there is throwing it over the stall wall anyway.
Right.
I left my balls
He
off.
doesn't understand. Nobody wants his pee on them.
Brian laughed, though.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky Brian's a good guy. If I was Brian, I would have fucking killed you. I would have just punched you till you died.
That would have been fun.
I would have punched your nose in so it would have hit your brain.
I would have understood.
Well, you'd
if
have to
he did
punch
that.
a long way.
Right. Find that brain.
No. Richard's a genius.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, sure
He
is.
really is.
You guys are good guys and everything, but sometimes I don't get you.
Nah,
You just go too far.
a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, with pee. I mean, and two grown men.
It's
Ooh.
funny. Some people pay to see that stuff. You know,
Right.
it's on
okay.
video.
All right, we're done.
Okay.
Because you're trying to be funny.
No,
You're
I'm not. I mean-
all right, get out.
Goodbye.
Tim's here.
Tim's here to read us the riot act. This is what you don't see on the Howard Stern Show. Tim, show us what you have to do to us. Go ahead.
Don't make me do that again.
Guys, so no more peeing together.
No more peeing together.
Well, in the urinals next to each other, but not in the same stall.
You can't go in the stall. Are you upset?
No, we'll live
Sal
with it.
you seem fine about this. Richard, you seem a little bummed out.
Well, we got yelled at for 20 minutes. Yeah, of
Raise your
course
right
I'm gonna be
hand.
bummed out.
I, right hand. I will not pee together anymore.
Unless Tim's in the bathroom with us.
Raise your right hand. I am about to get tickled by Richard Christie. Yeah!
The tickler!
Just want to make sure that this dude is all right.
I love tickling that guy.
Sal.
We learned our lesson. Sal, get back here.
Sal.
Sal.
So, guys, how is this going to affect your daily routine now?
It won't. We could still go to the bathroom together. We just can't pee together.
Not this one back here, I don't think. We go out there and use the urinals.
Yeah.
So you're still going to, Richard, you're still going to hold your pee for Sal?
Yeah.
And vice versa?
I actually got to pee right
technically,
now.
if I hold your pecker while you're peeing, I'm not peeing. That's fine. But that won't
I don't
happen.
think we better do no shenanigans.
Yeah.
No tomfoolery for us.
I mean, we just peed together. What's the big deal? The problem was that he chased me, and I was midstream, and I was running there with my schlong hanging out, and I was shooting out spurting a little pee. So by the time I got to the new toilet, the seat was already down, and we splashed a little.
And your pouch kind of dribbles sometimes, too.
And then Richard